Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's session of Vampire the Masquerade. Chicago by Night is our 36th session, The Conflict of Kings. Let's begin our session as we usually do by introducing these wonderful kindreds, starting with V.
Hey, I'm Phoebe. I will be playing V, the not coteries Daniel Herculeo.
Hi everyone, I'm Beck. I'll be playing Irene, the La Sombra of the group.
I'm Jack. I'll be playing Joseph Martinez, House Kana, Tremere Primogen, the Prince's Warlock, Seneschal of Thin Bloods, and Expectant Sire.
And I'm Ethan, the storyteller of these wonderful, wonderful people. As I usually begin, we begin with a recap of what happened last session. A lot of chaos, a lot of combat, so I'll be brushing through. I won't do it turn by turn,
Oh,
but I'll do I will do a broad stroke
Just the notes.
over it all. If I miss anything, or there was anything cool that your characters did, or that you liked, or that you really want to hammer home and remind everybody of, please interrupt me and let me know. And let everybody know as well. Otherwise, our kindred began the night by confronting the Gangrel Anarch, Sergeant Duncan McTavish, who had set up an ambush for them. After a brief discussion, they came to a deal. In front of the Harpy of Chicago, they agreed that they would assist the sergeant in capturing and handing over these fugitive figures in exchange for some diplomatic immunity for this blood hunt. Together, they made their way to the south side of Chicago, to a rundown neighborhood, and engaged quickly with the organization. Their organization, I use the term loosely. Irene appeared out of the shadows, above the figure One Eye Cave, and tried to stake them with a stake of belated dissolution, guaranteeing their immediate destruction. However, the stake shattered against his skin, and he was left unharmed. Weapons snapped against One Eye K with each blow. These knives, Irene's Zweihander, all being destroyed, one blow after the other. V engaged with the Nosferatu hunter, Nathaniel Boardruff, and was knocked into torpor after exchanging vicious blows with each other. One of the thugs was killed by a flaming round from a sniper rifle shot by Duncan, and the flame caused Joseph to flee in fear. Irene's conflict with One Eye K drew them outside through the wall, and the two took harsh blows against one another until both were knocked into torpor. Joseph returned after a moment, but was stabbed through the chest by Nathaniel. The last of the coterie was sent into torpor. Each of our coterie members had unique dreams as they slept.
Yeah, jeez.
I forgot about that part. Actually.
The excellent roleplay between these players, making up dreams on the spot that I didn't prepare them for. Joseph dreamt of his family members turning to blood before himself. Irene dreamt of a life lived without the suffering of her turning and the people that she knew dying at the hands of La Sombra. And V dreamt of all the decisions she made that brought her here and what could have happened otherwise. Once they awoke, they were greeted by Little Lamb, a La Sombra that had brought them here as well as some of their allies. Irene's sire Tally was there and offered her some advice over her broken sword, how a different, closer approach is all that it needs before he left. V saw Khadijah, who seemed unfazed by their injuries, and handed her a small vial and a letter with a dark liquid inside the vial, a simple signature on the side, signed by F. Joseph's sire Eric Tho and the Tremere Chantry leader Abraham de Sable, who had been there to see their recovery over time. And after a brief panic, Coterie realized they are free to leave at any time. V recognizing that they are in a deep part of the labyrinth, safe from prying eyes and from a lot of the dangers of the world above. Tonight, the Coterie has some decisions to make. Let's see what they decide to do right now. You're currently sitting, standing, pacing, kneeling, moving around, observing, talking in this large cathedral. It's very reminiscent of your own cathedral, Irene, in a lot of ways. Almost a copy of perhaps a blend of the one underneath that's old but new, refurbished and perfect. There's no dust anywhere, there's no grime, there's no muck. But the only part of it that is the only two things that are different about it is at the very far end, there is Jesus on the cross hanging above, and above him and all of your heads is an endless gaping void as the ceiling stretches on forever until it is nothing but black darkness. There are a few figures around, such as Erictho, Desable, Khadijah. Tally has left. Little Lamb is also here as well. And I will leave the scene to our three kindred.
I think curiosity-wise, he would probably just do a little bit of Oblivion Sight to look at the roof. See if he can see up into it at all.
I will need your
Okay.
choice between composure
Okay.
and resolve and occult.
Oop.
Um,
Oop.
Whichever is highest for you between composure and resolve and occult.
They are identical.
Great. I'll probably say composure
Got
in
it.
that case.
Anything to do with blood magic?
No.
Oblivion.
Shitty first roll. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. You are going to take
Ooh.
3 superficial willpower damage as you get sunk into this endless void of a dream as you look upwards and engage with it. You actually see this, Irene and V, as it's horrifying to witness as Joseph's 2 eyes actually begin to, like, the darkness out of them stretches up and begins to flow
Yeah.
up into the endless ceiling, like they're drinking something from him. And it probably takes one of you, whoever wants to be the one to do it, to shove or move Joseph in such a way so that the eyes look away and snap this draining of whatever it is, soul, mind, you're not quite sure.
Yeah. You okay, Joseph? How do you feel after what the
Like-
hell just happened?
The ceiling's not concealed, that's for sure.
No.
Ah,
The experience, Joseph, was like the reverse of your Oblivion sight. Everything went black instead of you being able to see through the blackness.
Got it, yeah. It's definitely not. I would hate to see the condition of the shroud. Let's put it that way.
Keep
boy.
that for the imagination, maybe.
Yes. The curiosity is sated, I think.
yeah, some things are
Good.
better not to know.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Until one is ready, perhaps.
Yeah.
Mm.
Probably like his eyes change from that like pure black back to the usual color. I think he's gonna look at probably just ask either Desable or Khadijah, because they're usually pretty clued in. Is there anything that's happened in Chicago that we should be aware of, that I should be aware of?
Depending on who you ask, you'll probably get a different answer. Desable will explain how they've been asking simply the prince and such to get more Childer, to get some more Tremere, how they can
Yep.
serve him within Chicago better. Khadijah, on the other hand, will say, without looking up from the book, bound in some sort of ivory, leather, I should say, will simply say, not much happens in a month, and you will get used to that.
Huh.
I'm not touching that.
When they're not around, nothing happens.
Okay, I think probably a quiet request of who is asking for more Childer amongst the Tremere.
It's Disable asking to give permission to other Tremere, essentially. There's no one specific.
Yeah, I think he's like, I'm gonna make sure that at least one of them is like Son or Eric Tho or something like that, because I don't need this pyramid happening right now.
Just a
Feels a bit
single.
like that.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
have my child. Oh, no, you're not. Okay, cool. Lovely. Is Portia still here?
She has skipped out at some
Got it.
point during all
sense.
your discussions and such. Happy to just give you a little wink and a smile, and next
Yeah.
time you check over, she's gone.
Well, we have our own affairs to attend to, I believe. If there's nothing else that the rest
Yeah.
of you require.
What's the plan?
It's
We
been
need
a
to-
month. We need to figure out what's going on with everyone we know.
Refresh blood bonds, ghouls,
Yeah.
connections, and then we make a plan
Like,
as we had
Mm.
been hoping to.
Good idea.
yeah, really need to make sure that the ghouls are on site, and they will look at Irene knowingly and then look away.
Hmm.
Uh,
Just sisters who have SI ghoul things. Yes, I am worried about that as well. And
Mhm.
it is especially important for our ghouls to be on site, given everything that we're about
Yep.
to do.
and oh god, yeah, I'll need to text Josephine as soon as possible.
Yes.
So the sooner, if you guys, I know Little Lamb offered to help with the damage.
I need nothing else. Nothing else from her.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I will partake,
No.
but Irene, you're
I
allowed to make your
probably
own choice.
will, just because if we're going into this soon,
Yeah, I
I'd
understand
prefer
that.
to feel as good as I
Mhm.
can about it. And I'm still pretty beat up from, I haven't lost my mind in such a way in a long time.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Choices you need.
yeah.
While Irene probably does that, we know that Khadijah's on side. I think I'll look at Eric Tho and Disable and say we'll be moving soon onto a second Inquisition base, and I would like confirmation before this plan is drawn up that the Tremere will be there to support as much as they can without risking our clan.
As expected, you get two different responses. Eric
Yeah.
Tho nods, confirming, I'm happy to ward
Hmm.
anything or prepare any defenses you need. Disable simply shaking his head, saying it's far too risky. The Tremere have already been dealt a blow enough as it is.
And yep, you're making more.
Would you be offended if I personally asked Alec and
Ava?
Eva? Yeah.
I would rather not bring my other childer into conflict. They're not fighters, you see. They're still learning much. They're still young. This battle that you're proposing is the most risky thing
Mhm.
since the War of Chicago.
Yes. And was I not also a young childer during the War of Chicago?
Yes, and you shouldn't have had to be, and these two won't be.
If they desire, do not hide the information from them. Tell them what is happening and let them choose. Robbing them of choice is not something that our clan will do anymore.
He goes to say something, but then he shuts his lips and just shakes his head and doesn't look at you.
Mhm.
It's clear without an inside check that he thinks that talking to you anymore on this
Yeah.
subject is not
Yep.
going to Go with a
You're
happy
correct.
scenario.
Yeah. It made my point, just don't hide the information. Yeah,
I will
Anthony.
mention Irene at this point. You're sitting there by yourself. You only have this sword that you've been handed a while back from your sire, and it's only about the length of perhaps, I want to say, someone's elbow to the end, the tips of their
Forearm,
fingers.
yeah.
It's quite small. It's shattered into many pieces. However, the blade has such a smooth and sharp inner curve that's almost become a crude short, almost quite. It's something between a dagger and a short sword. In the
Almost like
blade.
I think they called it kukri or something like that. Like
Similar.
partially curved kind of.
Similar, but it doesn't have that sort of all the
Yeah.
way curve. And at the very end, it ends in a jagged point. And Tally's actually sharpened this while you were asleep, so this can cut in a variety of ways. As you sort of observe it, it's very finely sharpened. Tally was always a fine swordsman, knows exactly how to deal with this, and a month is a lot of time to take care of a weapon like this.
Yeah, she'd probably just well, she sort of waits for Little Lamb to kind of come by again. Just swing it around in her hands. Get a feel for the different weight and just yeah, I guess familiarize herself with how it's changed.
It's lighter, a
Mm,
lot lighter.
yeah.
There's less. Usually with a Zweihander, they're not super heavy. These sort of swords, they're not hugely heavy because you need to be able to swing them efficiently.
Yeah.
But they're usually quite top heavy. Especially the one you were given was quite massive. But this is super elegant. You can flick it up and move it around in not quite a similar way that V can, in the way that they can, flip it between their fingers and toss it behind their back, etc. But it's lightweight, it's sharp, and it'll do the job. And as you're sort of observing it and sort of trying to see your reflection in the shadow, in the
Yeah.
reflection of the blade, which comes up just the darkness behind you, it's when you sort of flick it down that you sort of then notice that Little Lamb is sitting next to you. She moves quietly with a lot of grace, and completely silently just takes a seat next to you.
Thank you again for everything you've done. I'm sorry if my coterie were a little bit cautious.
I understand. I can. She speaks before you do, simply saying that I already understand how they feel and how you feel about this. Words are the difficult part.
Yeah, I often find that they often take up space rather than get anything anywhere. But I'm still grateful regardless.
I simply did what the blood willed. I don't need to be thanked.
Yeah, I suppose not. It's not necessary. It's just something I want to do. I don't like asking this of you, but
She is already taking her dark nails and dragging them into her wrist.
thank you.
She can already tell exactly what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Now, I will point this out because it's oddly disturbing. Is the blood is usually thick, coagulates, and runs slowly down the body. Hers is light and liquid like water. It almost gushes forth when she does so. It's thin. It's a dark, dark color. It's very, very bizarre. And I imagine you drink some of this watery blood.
Yeah, I don't put my fangs in. It's more of just lapping it up from her hand or arm or however she's done it softly.
Yeah, it's like drinking from a tap that's set on low in a lot of
Mm.
ways. Surprising. Usually it's the weight or the heaviness of the blood or the life within it that makes you feel something, feel full. But this is something else. It only takes a little bit, perhaps
Mm.
only 2 mouthfuls, 3 mouthfuls for you to be sated fully. You can set your hunger to 0. Not only
Wow.
that, but it cures, fixes any aggravated wounds that you have, converts them to superficial.
Okay.
Damn.
Damn.
Mhm.
Mm.
Do you have a current dysgracia?
If the choleric is still there from the fight, then yes. Otherwise, if it's been too long, then no.
It's going to be replaced
Mm-hmm.
during this time. You are going to get the massive failure dysgracia.
Okay.
Put it.
It's me.
Roll -3 dice to everything you do now.
No, it's actually quite good. So anything that relates to the dysgracia of the person you're drinking, which is fighting something more powerful than yourself, if you are doing
Yeah.
so and you're reminded of that, you can re-roll. So the drinker can re-roll tests that remind them of the vessel's failure. So you can completely re-roll and tests
Right.
that remind you of this failure.
Mhm.
You can't re-roll hunger dice though.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So if there's anything that sort of wounds her pride, is that sort of what you're saying?
Anything that reminds you of a fight that you have lost in the
Interesting.
past, you can re-roll.
Mm.
Plenty of those.
I mean, I'm right here.
Excuse me.
Every Tremere you've ever known, I just walk onto frame and you're like, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
And you are sated.
Yeah. Thank you. Again, lots to thank you for.
It is what your blood willed. She turns her head and sort of looks over back towards where everybody is speaking and sort of seems lost for a moment.
I'm staring at her. I'm so sorry. But like, if she
Yeah.
looks over, Joseph is like not looking away from her.
Yeah, she's not looking at you. She's looking at V
Yeah.
and Khadijah, almost like through you in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's an empty void wherever
As
else.
if it got
she
sucked
looks.
out of me or something like that.
Speaking of V, who are you speaking to, or what are you doing in this current moment?
I guess. Yeah, V has like had her hand on her cell phone this entire time and has not
Mm.
taken it off, knowing that there is no reception down here. But she'd hang out with near Khadijah because she's not really a friend of the most Tremere. No
Yeah.
offense, they're fine, but I don't like Disable that much.
When we're all together, it's a
Yeah,
bit
it's
of a-
weird when you're all together.
The power dynamic's so fucked.
Yeah. You guys complaining about like not going in. Yeah, she overheard that conversation as insiders going like, the only Banu Hakim in the city are going to fight for this.
Yes.
Tremere aren't. This is,
Yeah.
and they're like complaining that they don't have enough numbers.
Yeah.
Interesting
Yeah.
that.
Just
Interesting
Tremere things.
that.
Joseph's like, come on, bro. Come on. We're the Tremere. And he's like, no.
But no, she'd ask Khadijah what she's reading. Well, like half distracted, but mostly waiting for the other two.
She turns it towards you. It's in a language you're probably not familiar with. You can make a check if you'd like to. I will
Sure.
accept intelligence academics.
Haha. 2 dice.
Hey, let's go for 2 successes.
1 success.
Yeah, it's
Yay.
in a language you don't understand. whatever it's about, you have no idea.
Mhm.
The bindings, though, and there's sort of this coarse sand that is like almost dust around it that seems to have stuck to it over time. Whatever it is, it's quite old.
Mm.
Khadijah, observing your lack of understanding for it, sort of, it doesn't move her facial features at all. She doesn't look disappointed. She doesn't look excited. She doesn't look anything like that. But she simply folds the book, places it on her lap, and says, "Tell me, V, how much do you know about our kinds of magic?"
Oof, not a lot. I wasn't really, when I was sired, it wasn't really the path that my sire put me on. I was made to be a fighter, to mostly take down the Second Inquisition. So looking more at the human tactics rather. But I did, in the base that I was at, I did observe people doing magic to the point where I wrote notes. I had enough to learn a couple of rituals, and I've been learning magic with Joseph. Not exactly his style. We riff off each other, but I don't have the most knowledge of blood sorcery.
Hmm. It does explain some things. I believe you're wearing a jacket. Your hoodie has some sort of ward on it, I believe, doesn't it?
Yes, it's a ward against kindred. Both of you have
Yes.
a ward on you against
Mhm.
kindred.
Yes, that explains this.
Oh yeah. Joseph did that a while
Yes,
back.
yes, I can tell. The symbols are not ours.
Yeah, I find that the difference between us doing it, and I wasn't taught magic in a blood magic in a proper way, but mine's a lot more organic and his is a lot more geometric.
Indeed, there are many different forms of blood magic. One might argue that our very abilities themselves are a form of the blood, allowing us these supernatural abilities to do some kind of magic. We call it a lot of things, but there are a few magics we generally don't touch upon. What do you know of the darker magics?
Well, not a lot personally, but there was, I have seen some stuff looking at, time fighting against the Sabbat, time spent with my coterie. We've seen a lot of interesting things.
There is a, how do you say, the smell of a dusty ash sort of clings to a person when they are nearby this kind of magic, and I smell that on your group, whatever it might be.
Oh,
Perhaps you were just too close to it when it was used, or much like we can see when some of us have done terrible things.
hmm.
Because what we did on Irene was technically like dark thaumaturgy.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to hint at without saying those words.
Oh,
I was like, she got cursed by some Tremere and we undid it, but I'm not
yeah,
going to say
fair,
that.
fair, fair.
That is, I perhaps know what that is about. I think we were in close contact to something recently.
You don't need to explain yourself. I'm not here to judge you. I'm asking how willing and how far you are to defeat the Second Inquisition here. How deep your training goes. And how Yes, how deep. That really runs within you.
It's kind of been my one goal since being a kindred is to get rid of the Second Inquisition, and being around them and knowing stuff. Like, we've fought a few bases here in our time as a coterie, and I've fought stuff previously to that. And there is no righteousness and there is no good from them. What they preach is not a reflection of them at all.
She opens up the book, and this time she seems to be flipping to a particular page that she's looking for. She simply says, "Do you believe in the soul, V?"
Weirder things have happened.
Do you believe you lost your soul when you became one of us?
I don't usually like to think about that kind of stuff. I've definitely changed. I don't know if I'd say I'd lost my soul, but
So you do believe you have more to give?
I hope.
That is adequate. She reaches into one of the pages and actually slowly tears it out of this book. And as she does so, when she rips it off, there's sort of this ripple amongst it, like these glyphs, these things light up and retain something, and you have that smell, that ashy, like the ash after someone has like almost like picked up the remains of a fire and thrown it into the air. That's what you smell. And she passes this page to you and simply says, "You or Joseph should be able to use this. However, there is a price to be paid. This is a last resort. No more Banu Hakim will be destroyed in this city. I'll make sure of it."
What's the price?
You will find out. Well, I sincerely hope you do not.
Okay.
Just be wary, it will destroy itself once it is used.
Cool. To put it in her massive pockets of footy.
It has this sort of it almost feels like it's made of ash, almost like it could fall apart at any second, and yet it's quite sturdy. Even if you decide to fold it, it folds nicely. The glyphs continue to sort of occasionally glow through themselves. Symbols and occult imagery that you may recognize.
Damn.
Almost buzzes and vibrates in your hands.
Cool.
Khadija goes back to simply reading the book.
Oh, let her. We will just sit there and wait for the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything?
Probably move to sit next to you once you part ways, and I realize that the Sable is not going to cooperate. He understands why, but at the same time, he's like, I'm not going to force you because that's never been his whole point. But again, there's just like a lack of compromise. But yeah, he'll come and sit down next to you. I think just probably lean a little bit on your shoulder. Are you okay?
Who are you sitting next to?
To you.
Okay, cool.
Are you
Yeah.
still with that girl?
Yeah.
Just checking. No. All of the above. I just got handed the scariest piece of paper I've ever seen in my life, and
I heard magic mumbled a few times. I didn't want to interrupt.
yeah, I'll show you it later, but it's a last resort for the Second Inquisition stuff. Kind of
Did
horrifying.
you tell us about the mirror too?
Yeah, I took it to
Yeah.
Vasco.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he can't help but be like envious that you
I
he's
keep
just
getting
like,
all these cool magic things. And your
Fascinating.
Tremere,
You're getting all
and-
this cool shit and my own clan won't even send people to help. But he's just like, yes, I'd very much like to get my eyes on it respectfully.
Yeah, just don't do it. It's
Of course, there's precautions to be taken always.
yeah.
Um,
How you doing?
I've asked about your blade before, but it feels important that it's broken.
Yeah, it's real odd.
Do you still
Like-
have it? Like the handle at least?
Probably not, because it was on the floor.
Oh,
And she was in
God.
the sink. So
Damn.
yeah, it's like there's not like part of me is kind of missing, like I'm missing an arm or something. It's a very odd feeling. It was bonded to me and everything.
Yeah.
It was my sire's knife, and I don't like I've got this, and she'll get out like just a shitty camping knife. I've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a knife, but
It's not your knife.
it's not, yeah. But it was also was a gift and a sign of the past in a sense.
Right.
So there's something symbolic about it, even if
Okay.
I don't. It feels weird, but
Yeah.
Hmm.
Still mourn the past in a way.
As you speak on weapons symbolic of the past, Irene, is there anything you'd like to say to Little Lamb or ask Little Lamb before you head back and regroup with everyone? Or anybody else in this room?
No, I think she'd leave Little Lamb
Hmm.
after they've done what they have to do. And no, she wouldn't speak to any of the others. Joseph has spoken with the Tremere.
Yep.
V has spoken with Khadijah. Who else is here again?
Just Little Lamb is the
Just
other
Little
one.
Lamb. The
Yeah.
others have left.
There's no need for me to speak to anyone else.
Mhm.
She'd
At that
regroup with V and Joseph.
At
Yep.
that point, speaking of weapons of the past, Irene sort of silently slinks up next to you
Mhm.
all, holding the broken blade as well.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
More prepared.
more prepared. Okay.
You look much better.
Feel
Yeah,
much
you
better.
look fully together.
She's very helpful.
It's good.
Yes. We should go.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like there's a lot on your mind.
As always.
Mm.
As always. We have
Yep.
a lot of business to tackle. Lost a month.
Yeah.
A glance towards Khadijah of like, yeah, because nothing fucking happens in a month. So we had best catch up on business before tackling this problem.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah, I'll get up.
Okay. I'll guide you out of here.
Give Eric though a hug. I think just like I won't do a passing word to Disable because we've probably already had like a little bit of a back and forth about it. And he's said his piece about like just don't hide it from them is the only point that he's making. Let V lead the way.
Yeah, I'll give a nod to Khadijah as I leave.
Thank you, Little Lamb.
Yes.
You're muted.
Cool.
Apologies. Without even looking up, Khadijah nods at you. Little Lamb does the same. She gives that deep sort of nod towards each of you, but doesn't say a word, simply just watches you leave. And I'll get V to make a Wits Labyrinth roll.
Woohoo.
Nice. Let's not get
immediately
lost.
get lost.
I believe I've got 3 dots in the labyrinth.
You don't have it. I would get survival, but you have a higher dots in labyrinth.
Yeah, I've got a lot more dots in labyrinth than I have in survival. Oh, that was a numbered dice. That's why that's confusing. 5. Yeah.
I was looking for 3, but yeah, you can
Nice.
easily make your way twisting, winding, and finding yourself close to the haven, actually, on the place that you get out,
Ooh.
quite close to the
Okay.
hive, a place where you can catch a taxi and such. One of the alleyways nearby there, you just lift up the manhole cover, everybody piles out, slide it back on down where it is, and you're here in the hive, back in the lively Chicago night. It's a bit of a
Damn.
it's an overcast day, but it's not snowing. Still freezing cold. It looks like it just rained, and a lot of the snow has become slush all across
Gross.
the ground and the roads beside you. You can hear some distant cursing between perhaps 2 cab drivers, and
Okay.
there are a lot of golden lights all around you in this place of the city.
Mm.
What would you like to do?
You go.
I was going to say, the second we get into a place where there is like signal, she's going to check her phone to see if there's any missed messages.
You get so many tender messages. It's not even
Oh god,
funny.
I
Oh,
forgot
wow.
about Tinder.
So many from all these random people. It's quite amazing. It looks like someone has like gone over and redone your profile and stuff like that.
Oh,
Lord. Make it more human and just
Gabrielle.
super popular.
God damn it.
Scrolling through all that, ignoring all that, the only thing you get is a couple of texts from Aicha being like, hey,
Oh.
stuck at a bus stop, could really use a pickup, which was like 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago it was like, hey, I've got some good stuff, as in, quotation marks, if you want to meet up. And then you've just like yesterday you got just a sad face and nothing else.
Yeah, I'm gonna text her back straight away. It's just like, hey, oh my god, so sorry. Was kind of in torpor. Long story. Oh wait, then goes back and deletes torpor.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Was sleeping.
Was
Sleep.
knocked out real hard. We'll talk about it. Your mum knows. And then yeah.
Oh, mom.
I can't say your siren. I
I
can't
know,
say your
I
mom.
know, but it's still funny.
That's what you get on your phone, Joseph. Obviously, you get a lot of work messages and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They took off your, they assumed you were sick or something happened, so you're
Put
sick
my
leave.
automated
Your
message.
automated,
on.
yeah, they put you on sick leave and such.
Yep.
Some of the Thin Bloods at your office organized that just in
Yep.
case. Make sure the masquerade wasn't broken. And such like that. Irene, you don't have a phone. You might
Million
not.
birds,
Yeah.
messenger.
Yeah.
pigeons.
It won't.
Should have got Carol Whispers.
And yeah, that's all you receive.
Yeah, I will also send a text to Michael, who literally on the night that I got called forward was like, hey, call me sometime. And then a month
Mm.
goes
And then a
by.
month passed. Now, fuck you, Michael.
And it's gonna be since things happened, I was underground for a month. We will talk soon. Because it's technically not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I was underground for a
You
month.
were indeed.
You get it's probably a bit of a stingy message.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, so the
hurts.
search
This
party I
gonna hurt.
organized means nothing.
It's
okay.
it's more like something. Depends how you take it, I guess. It comes up and it's like not the first time you've disappeared for a long
Yeah.
time. And it's got a smiley face. You don't know if that's like, the smiley face of
Yeah.
like
It's like sarcasm.
It's like
Yeah.
that
Used to it,
passive
smiley
aggressive
face.
passive
smiley
aggressive
face.
smiley face,
Yeah.
or if it's like this is okay, like
Upside
it's totally
down smiley face.
You'll have to probably see them and figure it out. So it's up
Yeah.
to you how V takes that.
Yeah, we will send up. I'll call you as soon as I can without it being dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have just Josephine to
Yeah.
contact.
Josephine, and I think I was going
and
to talk to Damien before we went under
Catherine
the
and
thing.
Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'll do your goals first, considering you don't get any lovely messages or bad messages from anyone.
I'm just in a state of neutrality constantly.
You didn't even realize what's going on. You're like, why are we standing here? Why
Yeah.
is-
It's really cold. I don't
yeah, we're just
understand.
standing near a manhole, just texting.
Picking around the slush.
Irene,
It's that kind of night.
do you want me to text Brian and Catherine? And I think I have the numbers for the other 3 random goals.
Yeah,
You
you're
would.
the contact person.
I am the contact person.
That's probably easier than us going around to find all of them.
Yeah,
Especially if we can all
And then the
meet in one
weather.
place, if they
Yeah.
even want to, I suppose.
well, we'll find out. What do you want me to say? First person, Brian. What do you want me to say?
Come get your juice.
Ask how he is.
I mean, that is
um,
masquerade appropriate.
and ask
okay.
how he is, and if he wants to come and meet up with us, I suppose, soon when we need to talk about everything we're going to do.
I'll send. Yeah, basically, how are you? Would you like to meet up?
Are they separate messages? Like
That
you
will
send
be.
2 short ones, or is it one long one?
How are you?
I
Would you like to
think B would just do it all in one. She's
Yeah.
Efficient.
just
Yeah.
not-
period on the end?
It's like, yeah, we need to get going. You're the first of many, man. You gotta
Ah.
get-
Yeah.
3 whole seconds pass until
Love him.
Brian's calling your phone.
Oh
Whoa.
my god.
I'll answer.
She's the best, man. I love
I'll
him.
put Brian on. I'll think about. Oh no, we're in a public space. I'll just. Hey, Brian.
Oh my god, where are you right now?
That's a good question. We're kind of like in the middle of the hive, but we're not like.
Near the house.
Yeah, we're near the house.
Oh, I need an address.
Oh boy. Okay.
Do you have an address?
Can I give him the address?
You have one of those
Yes.
fucking phones where I can do that. Find my phone.
No.
Shit. Okay.
Nah, I've
my
got a really old
God.
phone, mate. You sound
Just give him the
Stress?
address.
No, I'm
We're gonna
totally
give
fine.
you
I'm
the-
totally fine. Totally fine.
okay. Would you like? I'll text you the address.
Yeah, that'd be
Actually, no,
good.
I'll tell you the address. Actually, because texting,
Yeah.
that we don't
Paper
want that to
trail.
come back to us.
Yeah.
And she'll repeat the address.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just say the street that
Joseph's
you're
place.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just go out and see the street lamp
Yeah,
there. He
I
hangs
know.
up like straight away.
Oh
Go
my
back-
gosh.
Brian's very excited to see you again, Irene.
Of all
I-
of your ghouls, one of them is not literally addicted to your blood.
I don't know.
That was
I
intense,
can't
wasn't
say
it?
I'm surprised. He is.
Mm.
Like he said, I
Very
could
nice
feel
guy.
him shaking through the phone.
Oh,
I
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, we'll find out. That's
Mm.
kind of
Mm.
funny. Catherine,
He'll be
now.
okay.
Let's do Catherine. What would you like?
similar approach, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's similar. Just ask how she is, if everything's going well, and whether she'd like to come and meet up later on tonight or tomorrow, whenever we're planning to do so.
Mhm.
Cool.
He
I'll-
knows where we live. So.
Mhm.
then basically that.
Okay, so you're sending a message to Catherine.
Yes,
Mhm.
again, also in one box because efficiency.
Okay. You get you I think the first thing you get is probably like a picture of Catherine in like it's like her upper thighs down in like skinny jeans, boots up on the table. There's this big ginger fluffy cat like sitting up on the table next to her. It's like sort of paused halfway between it, like batting off like a glass of water from this glass table that she's got her boots up on. And then you quickly get a response of like, oops, didn't mean to send that.
Saving the photo. I meant, yeah.
She better not be back with best girl.
And
You can't have
So
two girlfriends,
ready.
Ivan.
Oh, I'm so ready for her to have done that. Whose black cat is that?
Simply says,
Drama is about to happen.
haven't heard from you in a while. Still going through with the plan? Question mark.
Uh, if he tries to remember exactly. Oh yes, the plan, of course.
She was
Yeah,
there when
kind
you
of.
made all
Yeah.
those big
Yeah.
plans.
It's been dead air for a little bit. Dead, like all in capital. But yeah, we're still going with it. If you'd like to meet us soon.
You get a response of, yes, we should definitely meet for coffee. Say your place?
Sounds good.
Hate that. But Lego.
Yeah, I'll just go to Irene. It sounds like Catherine's still on board. Kinda.
Okay. Kind
Can
of.
you see the cat photo? Here's a cat photo. I'll
She
hold
can't.
it back
You
far
have
so
to
you
use
can't.
your words, V. Come on.
She can see stuff, can't she? It's just that if it's near her, it goes
I can see
kapooey.
stuff.
Squid.
Is
I
that
just
the
can't have
cat?
it near- That is a cat.
Storyteller, is that the cat?
That is the infamous Jonathan that you know
Mm.
so well.
Oh no.
Oh,
The
not her
sorry,
cat.
I said that way too menacingly. What I meant is that it's her cat, Jonathan, that she's been
Oh.
referring to this whole time. Whenever she's like,
Hmm.
Jonathan, get off that. Jonathan,
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
doing that.
We
Yeah.
love Jonathan.
Because she always comes up to you whenever you meet her. She has like the ginger
Cat
hair,
hair.
all
Yeah.
over her black uniform.
Mm.
No, the black tabby cat that
Yeah, it's black. That one.
Okay.
this is a ginger ginger
Yeah.
fluff ball.
That's fine. That's fine then.
Yeah.
You were sad that you hadn't ruined her love life again. Mm.
Yes. It was close.
At that point, you would be on the
Great.
journey to Siren.
Yes, I would.
This is the second time you destroy it.
Mhm. It'd be a whole new level, but
Yeah.
yes, she just says, great. It seems like she's okay. On
Yeah.
board. If she wants to meet with us, that is a good sign.
It
Because
very much is, as long as she doesn't bring anyone else.
yeah, well, I hope not. If she does, that's a bad decision on her
Reckless.
part.
Yeah. She doesn't seem reckless.
No,
She's fairly calculated. We just gotta, let's just be chill about things.
the fact that she is putting herself out on a limb potentially to actually come with us is something. So I'm
Very much.
feeling okay about it, at least so far.
She's done us well so far.
Yeah. And you did save her from a werewolf. So
Mhm.
I
maybe like
did.
that life, you saved my life, I'm gonna be nice to you thing
Yeah.
and not send the Second Inquisition on you and your friends.
Ugh, I suppose so.
Talking
Our
about
leader
people who
is
want to
dead,
Yeah.
kind of.
Mm.
Really? Oh yes, yes. The leader is very much dead, 100% dead.
Mm.
Mhm.
Talking about people that want to kill us, I should probably check Josephine, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Save the
Okay.
best until last.
Yeah. I'll give a quick text also to. Do you want the other ghouls? Your other ghouls? Your 3 rando ghouls? Or are you cool with them not being part of this?
They visit the church, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk to them there if we need to.
they're probably bonded to Little Lane at this point.
Everybody is, and I'm okay with it.
I am not.
I am not.
I'm not.
Okay. The Josephine text. Ugh.
Oh, Lord.
How do we?
Oh.
What language we're going to use for Josephine?
Had a snooze.
Hey, bitch.
That was the first thing that came into mind, and I said no.
The
But
first one is, do you still like me? Send.
it sounds so desperate. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
It will just be, hi Josephine. Been a while. Apparently I've been gone for a month. Just woke up today. How you doing? Then hopefully she'll get the subtext. So knowing her,
Seeing her
subtext isn't
understanding
exactly
of
a
actual kindred, though.
Very the
You get
Oh no, you wrong.
the most caps lock covered
Oh.
text
I can't
you've
believe
ever
it.
received.
She is the best.
Oh my god.
Of like, you fucking idiot. I thought you'd gone and died on me. I thought you disappeared or somebody else had taken you. You know, it's literally I had this whole dream about how I was gonna like serve you for ages, and then I was gonna be the one to kill you, and you're kind of fucking that up right now. And now I've got this person in my basement. I don't know what I'm doing. Get here now. It's big block of caps lock text.
Yeah, I'll go. Okay, what's the address? Because I don't think I've been to her new place
She's
yet.
moved a bit too.
Yeah, she gives you the
Yeah.
address. It's a mechanics, sort of
Another mechanics, nice.
southeast of the Hive, a bit closer towards the lake.
Okay.
And I'll just send back. I'll be the. You guys probably don't want to come for this, do you?
What is
Will it
this?
help?
Oh, I'll show you the text
Got it.
straight away.
Oh my god.
Roll a little bit because there's a lot of
Yeah,
expletives
there's a
in
lot
there.
of caps locks.
She seems
Right.
vengeful.
Bench. I hope not. I should be fine though. Looks at myself. Only one broken rib's not bad.
I can put other bits of you back together before. you
Actually, that would be great, just in case I got thrown through a room, because she's stronger than I am,
go. Mhm.
considerably.
Hmm.
Well, unless I use my supernatural strength, she is
You're
stronger.
right. Got it. He's like, are you? Okay. I think Joseph is also like, while this texting is going on, he's going to send a text to Penelope,
Mhm.
and just be like, "Hi, like apologies for vanishing on you. It's very rude. It is part of the culture that we've been researching together. I hope you've been doing well, and I hope it hasn't been like too stressful or you feel abandoned. That's definitely not what I want to. And if you would like to meet up, I would love to as well, so that we can discuss again. It's very important that we talk like last time. Like last time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In contrast to Josephine's message, you get the most eloquent, grammatically
Yeah.
correct
Oh,
Yeah.
text. There's a semicolon in there. You
Yeah.
know, who texts with a semicolon?
Yeah.
You know?
Penelope.
Me as well. But anyway, moving
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
It is simply, yes, we should absolutely meet up. I've been doing a lot of study, a lot of reading of things. However, I have been struggling to focus since I haven't heard from you for a little while.
Yeah.
Do you still have more of that coffee?
She gets it. She gets it.
He will respond with yes, it will. That will be. We can share discussion over coffee. And then just a quick text to Professor Hart. Just to be like, hi, hope you're doing well. Went on another work trip. Miss you, love you. What have you been looking into? Just to make sure that she isn't like, I found out that there are undead blood-sucking creatures in the world. So just double checking where she's at. And then another quick text to my other touchstone, Bethel. And just to be like,
Ethel.
sorry, I've been
Oh.
away. I was feeling sick. Hope you're okay. How's work? But just touch base with all my little contacts, my housemates too.
Professor Hart will get back to you later. However, Bethel immediately responds.
Yes,
The two of
of course,
you,
BFFs.
yeah, mostly out of concern since you haven't,
Of
with
course.
everything going on, with
Yes.
you and the fact that you disappeared for a month. She's very like, I need
Very
to check
concerned.
in,
Yeah.
and very happy to hear from you.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you'd like to ask them? Otherwise, it's just a lot of like small talk about stuff that's
It's-
gone on.
yeah.
and, you know.
I think there's definitely, knowing Bethel, there's an immediate call as well after the text, and just be like, no, I'm feeling fine. You can hear it in my voice. Everything should be okay. Thank you for calling me. I miss you. Love you. that kind of stuff. But it's
Yeah.
just touching base to make sure, one, that Professor Hart hasn't breached the masquerade, and Bethel just to make sure that
While
she
you're
knows
gone.
I'm okay. She's a liability. I love it.
Yeah. You get a very reciprocal amount of friendship and love back from
Yep.
Bethel, as is expected.
Yes.
All of you touch base with everyone
Yes.
who has been missing, unless there's anybody else you would like to.
I'll send a quick one to Damien as well that just says, "Hey, sorry, I've been dead to the world for a bit. We will talk soon."
And say that we need to have a meeting with Jackson.
No, I'm not going to send that just now. We'll send that later.
Okay, fine.
You get
Poor
it's
Damien.
fine. Not the first time you've disappeared for a while, smiley face.
Another one.
The second one. This is so hard.
Like, well,
You're the most
shit.
inconsistent friend ever.
Friend.
I keep getting teleported and killed and put into multiple different bad situations.
That specific.
Hi.
Yeah, yours to interpret whether it's passive aggressive or actually
Yeah.
nice.
Mm,
Every anxious person's worst nightmare.
yeah, exactly.
A message that could be read as incredibly vicious or as a concern to be like,
Yeah.
no, it's fine. Don't
The-
stress.
Mhm.
We bring the real horror in the world of darkness.
Yeah, oh my god.
Relationship
The personal
horror.
You
horror,
take
yeah.
one superficial willpower down
Don't do that
from
to
the
me.
passive aggressive message you receive.
I mean,
composure resolve.
Where would
seems
our
legit.
where would our coterie like to head next?
I can drive you to Josephine's house.
Yeah, I feel like the longer I put that off, the more likely she's going to just stake me as I enter. Though she thinks that kills Kindred, which
Do you need
We
to
still
get
don't
your
know.
knife or a knife first?
Justin,
I've got this shitty knife. But
Yes.
okay, we'll
a
go to
real knife.
we'll go to Fatima's locker. I'll give you an address. There
Yeah,
are
yeah.
multiple lockers.
We'll do a
around
quick stopover.
places, but I'll give you 8 addresses.
Irene, you were
Absolutely.
going to say something?
no, it doesn't matter anymore.
In that case, you go down a bit further north
Yep.
towards this location. You text a number that has been generated for you, and then you get an address response back. You head to this address. It seems to be just a small, like, one of those, like, what are they called? Like a geo locating one of those
Geocache.
games. Yeah, geocache.
Oh, like a
that people-
geocache, yeah.
that people go out and play. It looks like you've been the first one to basically come and pick this one up. I will get a wits and
Ooh.
awareness from you, though, while you do so.
Nice. 3.
3. There are some late night cafes still open, coffee till midnight or a glass of wine sort of thing, very low key, that you're sort of next to. As you pull this, it's been taped to like a lamppost, and you sort of pull it off, take the tape off. And as you sort of look off to your left, there's that beautiful, slender in a black dress Asian woman who is just sitting there. She's got a glass next to her that she hasn't touched, and she just has her legs crossed, and she's just looking out away from you across the park towards the lake, like Michigan. And as you look over to her, you can see a small smile peel across her face, but she doesn't look towards you.
I'll give her a nod, even though she's not looking at me, and take the item.
Yeah, bring it back to the car. What kind of knife would you like? Or would you like to be surprised? What kind of knife?
Ooh. Surprise is always good. Just she just wants a knife that's slightly larger than her old one and light and easy to wield.
Sort of like a Bowie knife sort of thing, a big hulking one, or something a bit more elegant, something a bit more ritualistic, perhaps.
Something
or-
fantasy, very smooth
Elven.
elven kind of form.
Alvin, no.
Damn it.
Hmm. Something that's got
Do you want me to investigate your page and that vial while you think?
sure.
You don't have to decide now. You can look up some knife styles and find one you
Sure.
like in between sessions as well.
Mm.
I'll get intelligence and occult, blood sorcery for this page.
Woo!
Irene, is there anything you're doing while this is happening? Simply
don't think so.
observing. Hmm.
Yeah.
I will get also. I'll get a resolve occult from you, Irene.
Okay. I'm 0 hunger.
Hmm.
Weird
That's
concept.
Incredible.
6 successes.
6 successes. This is clearly beyond your training, your recognition.
Yep.
However, it is blood sorcery of a kind, and you know that you could cast whatever spell is on this page. However, exactly what it does, you're not quite sure. It does have a more, I want to say, usually when you use your geometric symbols, they are more or less a bit occulty. This stuff is more paganistic, like ritualistic stuff, a bit more old as well, from what you can
Got
tell.
it.
You're not sure exactly what it will do, but you know that it obviously smells like ash as well as you're observing
Mhm.
it. And it gives you that strange. So while V, it sort of hums and buzzes for you, Joseph, it feels warm, almost hot.
Got it. Okay, so I can't figure out.
Not exactly
Anything.
what it does, but you know it is a blood sorcery spell. You don't know, but it is not something you've ever trained to use or to learn. So you're not quite sure exactly the effect it will have.
Jesus. All right, that's
The
dangerous.
the best thing you can tell is with 6 not even. No, you don't know exactly what it's going to do.
I can
Mhm.
get more.
If you would like to risk getting more,
Yeah.
I'm
This is kind of important because if I know what it does, it means I can more effectively use it. So I'll rouse
Or
the
not use
one.
it. Or perhaps
Or
not use
not.
That's the thing. Understanding what it is will mean whether we can or can't use it.
How
Because if I'm
many
just like,
successes, Irene?
I got 4 successes.
4 successes. There's this. You're probably sitting there, empty-headed, listening to the waves in your mind, almost, or of the Lake Michigan, and it's as you are sitting here and doing so that there is that crash of waves against rocks, except you hear it off to the side and you flick your eyes over to V. You hear the crash of the water against the rocks, and you hear it, that slow whooshing sound and that fizzle of ocean water as it brushes up against the sand. That sound comes from Joseph as you're sort of listening carefully.
I got 8 by the end of that.
8 successes. The most you can figure out is that whoever is on the receiving end of this spell, God forbid, what happens to them. It's clearly an offensive spell.
Okay, so it's offensive.
It is offensive.
Cool.
That
helps at least.
However, the toll that is to be paid, you can only translate that it says blood, but blood in a variety of
symbolic
mean-
of other
yeah.
things. It's occult, it's pagan. Blood can mean just about anything.
it can mean a lot of
Mhm.
things. Irene?
Do I know where these sounds are sort of like coming from? Like I get they're coming sort of situationally from Joseph and B, but is it connected to something specific?
Is it the blood that we
Let's
share?
make. Just gonna have a look at your character sheet. We're going to do resolve animal ken with your specialty
Okay.
in the drowned.
Interesting.
Oh God, we drowned.
Oh shit.
Damn it, we're animals now.
I'm gonna rouse.
Good luck.
Successfully rousing.
Yeah.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. It's not coming from you.
Okay.
That's for sure. It seems like you are still water that it runs through and is actually
Mhm.
crashing against almost like different parts of the shoreline.
I see.
V's it might be V's psyche, it might be V's headspace that they're in currently, or something like that. But it is crashing, the sounds of crashing against the rocks. That roar as it slips through and makes its way past all the rocks and then seeps back out. Whereas Joseph, it sort of just elegantly slides up the beach with that foamy sort of hissing, almost like a soda like sound as it rushes back.
Right. I think she'd probably enter some kind of meditative state upon hearing it. Trying to at least become like hyper aware of the movement of sound and what it is, where it's coming from and such as she waits.
I will get you to do manipulation, animal can, with the drowned specialty.
Okay.
After figuring out this page, I
Mm.
will then try to figure out what the potion is without tasting it first.
Oh, don't
And-
don't taste.
Yes, I know. I'm not
My
trying
thing.
to taste it.
Good.
I'm just trying to figure it out because I was looking at rituals before, and a lot of them do turn into a dark liquid. So
Okay.
I want to see if I can deduce what it is.
Intelligence science,
Oh, okay.
chemistry, or
I
biology
have-
as well. Specialty.
Oh, good. I
You've
have
got
biology.
biology, yeah.
Lovely. So intelligence, science, biology.
Mhm. How many successes, Irene?
6.
Cool. All right.
successes.
Let's put that in the drawer for a second.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Actually, Irene, you connect with something. You
Mhm.
feel that billowing sound coming from your stomach again. It's making its way up through your windpipes and it is about to be said through. Is there anything you say as this sound is going to come out of you?
Good question. What are the surroundings looking like currently?
You are
Could redescribe them?
simply
I think
parked
we're in
in
the car.
Yeah, you're parked in
Yeah.
a car that is just overlooking. Straight ahead of you is this park space off to the north. You can sort of see the Gangrel territory where a lot
Yeah.
of the Gangrel usually organize themselves, or at least they used to, not anymore since it was compromised.
Yeah.
And you can see Lake Michigan across there. The hive is off to your right. You're sort of wedged between smaller buildings off to your left that are small little cafes and such. Off to your right is a big sort of apartment rise.
Okay. In that case, she'll stay in the car, but she will say something, but it won't be. It's more of a concept than actual words.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wants to
Stand behavior.
convey a sort of idea of questioning longing, as in like, what are you, where are you, what do I do to not understand, but understand
To
basically.
know.
To know.
Okay.
It's kind of like,
curiosity.
it's kind of like a fatal desire to understand what this is and sort of meet with it, help it. I don't know. It's very sort of conceptual, but she sort of wants to convey that through
Makes a lot
words
of
that aren't
sense
words.
with like, because if Joseph's in the front of the car with this potion and this page and he's like reading and probably making thinking noises himself, it's like like almost matching that, like
Yeah.
both of us trying to figure something out in the moment,
Yeah, that's right.
except you're making orca noises.
I am.
Wow.
Echolocative sound.
What'd you say to me? What?
How many successes, Joseph?
7.
7 successes. It's clearly blood. Very, very old blood.
Uh-huh.
Very, very old. It's blood that shouldn't really still exist, really. It should have either dried up or evaporated into the air, or anything could have happened to it, but something is still keeping it together. It's just old blood.
So just no blood sorcery involved, just
There
blood in a vial.
is, well, if you were to look at it with Sense the Unseen, there
Yeah.
is magical, like intense magical resonance in it. It is a resonance you've never seen before. It's almost like there are glyphs and wards moving around
Within.
inside the blood, not Tremere ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another just like everyone wants to bond this girl. Oh my god.
Look, if it's the person that I think it is, I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah.
I will get the two of you, V and Joseph.
Ooh.
You're going to make a resolve occult check, please. I will also
Is that
allow.
blood?
No, it's not blood magic.
Got
I will
it.
also allow you to, if you have fortitude, you can substitute fortitude instead of resolve.
I wish that
I
was-
don't know if
Nope,
any
not
of us
doing
have
that.
fortitude.
I do,
don't
but I've
believe
only
any
got
of
a
us
dot
do.
and I've got 2
Yeah.
resolves, so
Fair
that
enough.
ain't happening.
Yeah.
2 successes. My 2 dice got 2 successes.
Do you
Nice.
have unswayable mind?
No, I've got resilience.
Okay. 2 successes.
5 successes.
5 successes. Both of you. It's a very strange sensation, Irene. As you will this, you almost feel the still wave or the still pool of your mind goes down, bumps down, then up, down, then up, and then down, then up, and it causes ripples through your mind. V and Joseph, and you hear a crash and the fizzle of the wave as you do so. Both of you are going to suffer the Nosferatu compulsion of
Interesting.
cryptophilia. So all actions not spent working toward learning a secret, no matter how big or small, receive a 2 dice penalty. Compulsion ends.
Okay.
Can I
with the
immediately
vampire.
solve that compulsion with this job?
Unfortunately
I'm
not.
just like, got
Stay
it.
the fuck away from my chair.
Both of you suddenly, hairs
It
on the
just
back of the
overcomes us.
yeah. It's you suddenly get this idea of like, I haven't figured something out just yet.
Mm.
There's more to
There's
whatever
too many
it is I'm working
incomplete
on.
answers. Like he's like,
Mm.
this is an offensive spell. I don't know the details of, and I don't know the price. And this is
Yeah.
an jar of blood. I don't know whose, and I don't know. And he's just like,
Yeah, that is the issue so I've had with my plan so far is we're not straightforward, clearly. I had to go to Vasco for the mirror thing, but I don't want anyone to see this piece of paper because when Khadijah gave it to me, she said something about either you or I can cast it, it will cause a great cost, and then said she wasn't going to lose any more Banu Hakim in this city. That worries me.
whatever this spell is, it will destroy whoever threatens you, I believe was the reference. In that if things became very desperate, then you might die.
Okay.
I will also add Irene, you gain a stain. as
Fair
well.
enough.
Boy. And this is blood, very old blood, very magically infused blood.
I have an
It's not
idea of whose
sorcery.
blood that might be, but we'll find out. I'm planning to drink it just before we enter Second Inquisition base. Do you think that's a bad idea?
What's the note say again? Good luck on your mission.
Yeah, F.
If you think it's safe.
My understanding of blood is most boosts are for like a night. And I don't think we're attacking tonight.
Yeah, I'm not drinking
No.
it
Yeah.
tonight. I don't think.
Yes, save it, but definitely keep it for earlier in the evening.
Yeah, gonna drink it second we are on the go to do this.
He'll give you
Yeah.
the page as well.
Thank you. I'm gonna hide them in my many massive pockets.
Yeah,
My-
with your
with
mirror
my hoodie.
piece. and-
Yeah, I've got a lot of shit in my.
You have
in
so
my
much
pocket.
fucking stuff.
It's a bag of
Um,
pockets. Pockets of holding.
Hmm. And then I will begin to drive towards Josephine's location.
Irene, do you mention anything
Hmm.
as you drive?
I think she just says something like she's her eyes closed while Joseph and V are talking. When the car sort of jerks into motion again, she just says there's something happening. I've been feeling it ever since I came here, but it's almost as if whatever it is that Hunter saw at the bottom of the
Oh.
lake ages ago, whatever it is that Lester Knife was keeping down underneath that building, it feels as though it's that energy, those things, whatever they are, sort of seem to be nowhere and everywhere at once. In our minds, under the lake, under Chicago. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but I don't know.
I don't think you're imagining it. This place is. You seem to be connected to the strange going on here a lot. Well, at least more aware of it than at least me. I don't know about Joseph. But if you sense something going on, lots of strange things happen in this city. We've
Hmm.
seen a lot of completely unexplainable things.
I don't think it's bad.
Well, that's a relief.
Hmm. That is good. Your insights are usually accurate.
It's just very restless. But if it has any ill intent, it's not directed towards us.
That's good.
Hmm.
At least that's what I see.
Cool.
Sorry.
I want
Sort
to
of
know
came out of nowhere.
what it is. Because those bugs are merely part of it, right?
I think so.
I'm
Like the tip
afraid
of
so.
a large rock that lies deep, deep underground. Only the smallest part pokes out for us to see.
It reminds me of that vision I had. Those people on the lake making sacrifices, divining from
Yeah.
intestines, sacrifices made to the lake. The painted lady.
Mm.
Lake Michigan is full of so many things, and you've been into it.
Yes. Sacrifices, change happening, death and rebirth. A tale as old as time, really.
And as we know from this constantly recurring nod passage that keeps coming around, something dark resides within the lake.
Yes.
Something dark that you are connected to and bound to now.
Like I said, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
Hmm.
It's a symbol of change,
Yes.
something that we've been working towards since we became a coterie for the first time.
Mm.
Manifests in us in different ways, and maybe this is mine, but
Yeah. Makes
just
sense.
something to be aware of, perhaps.
Hmm.
Definitely feel like a lot of changes happened. Though maybe not in this month since we've been gone.
Apparently.
Nothing, apparently.
Yeah. Because Ben, the first thing he showed us when we met him was the Tower card, which I believe you said, Joseph, means upheaval and change and
And
chaos
change.
and
Strife.
Yes.
yeah.
The calm before the storm, maybe.
The shifting of one life into another.
Cool.
Change will happen.
Regardless.
We are agents of it, perhaps now. And so it's the best we can
Shapers
do
of
to
it,
make
in
sure
a
it
way.
shifts in our favor. The
That would be
betterment of all.
ideal.
Yeah.
What do you need when we drop you off?
You guys can do your own thing. I'll go in alone, I'd say, but just
Yes, but what do you need
Be
before
ready.
you go in alone?
what do I need before?
This is me out of character being like, do you need a translator? Because you
Oh.
might need a translator.
For the blue stuff
Yeah.
out of character.
Yeah.
You don't know about the blue stuff.
That's why I'm like, is there anything you need? Because I'm not coming in with you.
Look,
Is
it's
there an app? Sign
Probably
language app? There is. Some of the newer stuff. There's
again, look at my brick phone. Look at this Nokia.
look at my smartphone that I have that I use for work.
Can't relate to that.
Yeah, look at my pigeon. I don't think I can be prepared for this, really. I'll look at Irene to see if she's got, because she knows kind of what's going on. Is there anything you think I need? I'm kind of lost to this. I've got no idea.
Just do you think you need extra backup or anything?
I think
How
don't-
strong are they?
well, they were all juiced up when I fought them.
Well, they're probably not anymore.
No, oh yeah, Joseph, on your desk, I left when we were out that one day, I left the weird contraption that was on Blue Serpent
Oh,
with all the vials and stuff. I've left it on your desk, so you can look at it when you get a chance.
fantastic. I'll do just that.
Yeah. But I will message you if
I have
things
my
go
phone. Yeah.
out of
I'm-
or if you hear a really loud scream that sounds like me,
Yeah,
you've got permission to break down the door.
happy to wait outside if we need to.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Just
maybe
in
don't have
case.
the radio on too loud if you're gonna. Oh, can you have the? Never mind.
No, I'll just have my phone on.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Fuck.
Thanks.
We'll be out here.
Good. Yeah. I just don't. Yeah. I'll try and handle it myself, but I just don't want you guys to get into trouble. No. Walk on.
Mm.
So
As you
the
close the door,
front
like
door.
us in trouble?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That would never happen.
Let's get ready to have things happen in Chicago again now that we're
Yeah.
awake
Yeah.
and thriving.
We wake up and every kindred's like, oh God, we're awake.
God, they're
Just like
alive. Ugh.
A
All their
trend.
blood starts
Disgusting.
vibrating. And you're like, oh.
You get out to see this small, I want to say it's 1.5 story tall mechanic's shop that currently has a large old school motorcycle hoisted up and is currently being worked on intermittently, it seems. There are sections off to the left. There's an office off to the right as well. There are bits and pieces all over the place. The shutter is open. There are lights on. There's some heavy rock music playing sort of in the back, so it sort of has this sort of echo to it. It's not quite clear sound. And it's very dirty in here. There is oil, there is grease, there is probably a bit of like blood somewhere that's pretty old and such, and beer bottles everywhere that haven't been picked up. There's like there's a bin in the corner just full of them. and as you sort of step inside, you can hear this like Josephine is screaming in this booth office into this little work phone. She's turned it to face towards her so she can't hear whoever's speaking, and just like screams into it and then just slams it down onto the thing. Leans back in her office swivel chair, runs her fingers through her half-shaven hair, flops over to the side. It's grown a little bit since you've last seen her as well. It's a bit longer.
Mm.
And as she does so, she sort of leans back. You see the tattoos all across her muscular body. She is wearing a simple denim leather, denim jeans, large black combat boots as she usually does, and sort of a black leather coat over everything. And these sort of fingerless gloves as well, sort of biker gloves. She's currently there. Is there anything you'd like to do? She will eventually get up and leave the office and probably see you. But if there's anything you'd like to prepare for or do, you have a moment.
Very quickly, a good sign of a good mechanic is how much mess they make. So I was like, oh, she makes mess, she's a bad mechanic. And then you said beer bottles. So I was like, anyway.
Wow.
It's good.
So eager to diss our girl.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
Be nice to wake up. V is gonna have her hand on the combat knife, not on the new lovely knife. Just have it in her hand, but in her pocket, just in case, because she's wary of what Josephine might be up to at the moment. And she's gonna, with Silence of Death activated, still just walk, but not trying to be too sneaky, just also not making too much noise, and walk into her eye line, I guess.
So the office faces, it's like a small booth, and she's got her computers facing like the opposite direction. So her back's currently to you, or at least her right profile is there. And you actually see as you're slowly approaching that she actually like opens one of her drawers. She pulls out this big revolver, puts it on the side, and just scatters bullets across the desk and actually starts putting them into the revolver bit by bit by bit.
I'm gonna activate Fleetness.
Flicks it into place.
Yep, okay. Fleetness is activated as she's now gone, oh shit. Also would like to just have a look around to see if there's like any doors, because I know the entrance is behind me. But if there's anything that looks like the doors to the downstairs lockup she has.
Yeah, you have a specialty. It's not technically security analysis, but I will allow a intelligence larceny.
Yeah, cool.
Or
Love it.
intelligence investigation, whenever you're best at.
Larceny, I get to add my security, do I?
It's not security.
Not security, so I don't
No.
get to have that. We'll go larceny anyway. I might as well rouse. We're doing okay.
Yeah.
Bee's been fed.
Level.
Still one success.
One success. It's a big place. Fairly not huge, but not small. Kind of hard to figure out where you would put something. You kind of checks one of the big metal containers if there's like scratch marks or anything like that for like secret walls and stuff, but perhaps you're being a bit too smart about what Josephine does. And the only thing you really notice is that there is a flat roof above you, and there's a staircase that leads up to it, but it's like it's like half a floor. It's not a full floor.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Like a balcony.
yeah, nothing that you really see. After a few moments, you get in front of Josephine's eye line. She sort of looks at you, meets your gaze, stands up, a revolver in her hand, and makes her way over to the door, flings it open, says, "Where the fuck have you been?"
You know how you said the whole thought you were dead thing? Kind of was.
So you're what, a zombie now?
Vampires are already undead. No, I was in what we call torpor, which is when you like get hurt so badly that you just are in the day. You know how like vampires sleep during the day,
Yeah.
and how it's like a kind of dead state, but they're not really alive, but they kind of can sometimes wake up.
You mean sleep?
Kind of, but it's not really sleep. It's like we're only alive during the night, and then during the day we're like proper dead, except for like occasions.
Isn't that just sleeping? She sort of like
Love.
she sort
Fine.
of like points the revolver towards you, but not in like I'm gonna shoot you. It's kind of like she's gesturing that it's you sort of thing. Is like, well, you have been sleeping for a long time.
Apparently, I wasn't trying to be asleep for. So we got into a fight. The people
When
who
do you not?
exactly the kindred who the vampire that I was fighting knocked me the hell out. Was out for a month. Got brought back. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you're apologizing to me. If you were dead, this would make this a lot easier, but speaking of, where is that group of vampires with you? I have some things to say to them. He sort of gestures the gun backwards and forwards.
Yeah, we'll talk to them later.
We're going to have a long, interesting discussion with them, I'm sure.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of long, interesting discussions. I still owe you a whole bunch of discussions about all of this vampire shit.
You'd be right, especially with the chaos I've had to deal with.
Recently or in general?
In general, this place fucking sucks. Chicago fucking sucks.
Eh. Look, it's a lot worse in Mexico.
It really?
Kindred wise, vampire wise, yeah.
I
there's,
couldn't give two shits about vampire life. I don't care how you get your kicks. Talking about my life. She points the gun towards her. It's my
Holy
life that I'm talking about.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, wouldn't want to be a vampire hunter in Mexico.
Wouldn't want to be a vampire at all.
No, I guess it's not great. I wouldn't expect anyone to want that.
No.
Why am I? You literally asked me to come here. If
Yeah, I
that's
just
what
wanted to
you're
make
asking.
sure that no one's pulling a prank on me. Clearly they're not. Right, well, the mess is downstairs and you can clean it up.
The mess. Oh god. Are they dead? Like kindred, like
I don't know.
Final dead,
Apparently,
or-
I don't know what kills them. So, it could be, could not be. Who knows?
you're a vampire hunter. Of course you know what kills them. You just happen to find a lucky one that stakes her. Because that's usually not the fucking case.
Tell that to that other guy. You know what? We've had this discussion. We're not having it again. God.
I want to work with you. Not have you under me, not have your like I just want to work with you in this.
You have
Gotta
you have to understand that I used to do a lot of things. I used to do a lot of bad things. I didn't have the best childhood growing up. Didn't have went through adoption processes and whatnot, and I got into some hardcore shit sometimes. But you disappearing for a month has been the hardest fucking month of my entire life. Are you gonna put some in the cup or not?
Sure. And she'll bite into her wrist and pour some blood into the cup and go,
Mm.
yeah, we've all had it hard, okay? Drink up.
She devours the blood. You will acquire a stain.
Ooh, okay.
You're ghouling again.
Mm.
Because your one of your convictions of honor the vulnerable, Josephine, is you're reminded that the relationship between a Domitor and a ghoul is not a healthy one. It can
Yeah.
be, but
V
most of the
fucking hates
time
that.
it is not.
Yeah.
You've seen people. You have a drug history. You know what it looks like. She's shaky. She's agitated. She is, just asking for it, begging for it at this point. So you will take a single stain
Yeah.
upon, I think, that realization. She drinks up, and all of a sudden, like this frizzy-haired, jittery, like literally on a trigger, Josephine sort of
Quite literally.
disappears in that moment as she finishes drinking. Whew. Eyes wide, nodding very quickly.
Look, I'll try not to die again.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You do whatever you want to do. I don't really care. She sort of looks down at the ground, looks away.
Okay, about this mess. Where do I need to go to fix this?
You did part of the deal. She's downstairs. She goes over and presses this big red button that lowers the bike down. She takes it, wheels it out of the way, and then presses another one of the buttons, and the actual and then picks up and moves this basically this metal flat board that's underneath it that sort of catches all the oils and stuff from the car so that it doesn't like stay on the ground and such. Takes that off and then puts it to the side. There is just a small concrete pit here. It is, 10 foot, maybe 8 foot down. It's probably smaller than that. It's like 6 foot. There's just a small wooden chair, and it is shattered into pieces. And you can see this woman with sort of orange red hair, sort of a bit longer now, down just below her shoulder. It's wild. It is frizzy. The wood is scattered everywhere, and there's rope that has been removed and moved around, and you just see her hunched in the corner, clothing mostly teared or torn up, and she seems to be like looking straight down in the corner, just down into this nothingness, hunched down, kneeling.
You want staked her? V will turn to Josephine.
No. Hang on.
Ah.
What the fuck? Did you do it right?
What, staking? You did the staking.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did it. Heart, right? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's what you meant to aim. That's I don't know. Hey, she'll call down into the pit.
Ready to talk yet?
Ah!
A month later.
We'll have emotional damage.
Sorry, that should actually be these. Yeah,
With
that
power
seems
damage
about right. Okay, you bring it up. There's this sort of breathing is all you can sort of hear because the blue serpent cannot speak. And it's deep, low, and almost like a hiss of like pain. And as you speak towards them, they turn. They have some of the palest skin you've ever seen in your entire life. They are almost as white
Ugh.
as Malenkov when you fought him. She
Oh, shit.
is, yeah, her hair's almost, starting to whiten actually as she does so, as she turns around. Her eyes are sunken in. There's nothing behind them. And she leaps straight at you.
Mhm.
Dexterity athletics, please.
Mm,
You
Yeah.
have fleetness active as well.
I do. I was thinking for a second to just take it, but no, I want to give her my blood on my terms, not on
You
hers.
gotta hit her with the bonk.
Dexterity. Oh, I forgot. That's a good roll.
Oh, sorry. Those are all hunger dice, actually.
I can imagine.
Been a month without eating.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
when that 5
Fuck.
hunger wakes
Not
you up
good.
and
Six.
puts you to sleep.
6. She doesn't quite grab onto you because she's actually surprisingly weak. She cannot. When you hit hunger 5, you cannot rouse the blood to push you
Mhm.
further. She jumps straight at you. You manage to grab onto her, but she does force you back slightly, and she manages to climb out of the hole, huffing, breathing, fangs out. They are surprisingly large. You're actually,
I'm a tiny woman. I know.
yeah.
A little girl.
I am 5'3".
Sorry,
I
her
believe.
fangs
Oh, her
are
fangs are
surprisingly
large. Okay,
large.
Yes.
that's
Oh, I thought you were referencing that, like, proportionally,
She's-
these were also small because
Well,
you were
she
small.
retains the way that she looks, so she's always going to look extremely muscular for the rest of her unlife as
True.
well. So
and
she's
have those like
huge.
buggy eyes.
Yeah, and those scars across her
fangs
body.
and shit. Yeah.
What would you like to do? Josephine raises her gun and is ready to shoot her again.
Gonna it's just an arm. Gonna ram her like the palm of her hand into the teeth of
I love
Okay.
that move.
That's going to be a
That's my
cold shot, strength, and brawl, please. So strength brawl at -2.
Oh yes, that is true.
It's a tough one because you're getting close to her.
I'm gonna rouse.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I get hungrier, which is great.
She
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. You leap at her, and with this weak arm, she actually kind of bats you down and leaps straight towards Josephine.
No.
And the two are going
Hello?
to clash. She bites into Josephine, actually. Josephine gets a shot off. It's pretty brutal to watch. She grabs onto Josephine, bites into her shoulder, and Josephine just puts the gun up into her stomach and just fires 3 times quickly while she's being fed upon.
Activating prowess, and I'm gonna try and rip her off my ghoul.
Yeah, she's going to absolutely fail her hunger frenzy check.
Yeah,
This
I can imagine
ravenous hunger overwhelms her. She takes 1 point of blood for this turn. Let's see if you can rip her off.
that. Yeah, so
You
it's
hear gunshots, just like
Yeah, you guys hear gunshots inside.
if I don't get her off, I am
No.
100% yelling out for you
yeah,
guys.
she
but
said scream gave us
Ugh.
permission to break in.
all
and we're
right.
using a will.
We're in America. This is
Fucked up.
Chicago.
Normal behavior.
Yeah, true. That is V's blood.
6.
6, you manage to tear her off. It's not a kind way of tearing her off. Luckily, Josephine is a ghoul, so she's a bit more resilient to this. You pull her off. She sort of flings back, and something very strange begins to happen. As she sort of slaps against the ground, she starts to look over at you with those sort of wild eyes, and she starts to turn and start to crawl away. But as she does so, her right arm starts to grow fur, and these long claws start to drag into the concrete as she tries to get away from you.
How many vampires have you been fucking drinking? She'll yell out to Blue Serpent while like checking on Catherine, but not Catherine, wrong ghoul. Josephine, just looking her over to make sure she's okay while like standing in between them for now.
She's holding herself. She's reaching for something in the side of her jacket. She's just dropped her gun. She seems okay. She's taken worse.
Okay.
The other two hear gunshots. Are you guys going to be like, this is fine? Probably.
It's Chicago.
He's probably
we were told
dodged
a
it.
yell
I'm
would
not okay
be-
with gunshots, but
Like I'm gonna see the whole.
Also, for a full second, I
Yeah.
thought she was turning into a white, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh!"
uh,
No, until I hear a scream, we're not moving.
Irene, would you like to move?
yeah, I'm gonna get out of the car.
No. Okay, we'll get out, but we're not breaking any doors.
No, I'm just gonna stay out the front for now.
Okay.
Fair.
Listen, see if anything
Sense
escalates.
the unseen because Banu Hakim.
not currently visible, but yes.
No, your kid.
Are they though? Are they?
Who knows?
You turned them.
There might be a thing.
How much blood do you think was in their system before I turned them? Who knows what the hell might happen here? I don't know. Yeah, she'll look at the Blue Serpent and is going to go after them to like lift them off the ground, but will also go, Irene!
Yeah,
All
Lego.
right, then we go.
So strength brawl. The grapple, you suffer no penalty from this. Ooh. Speaking of, we'll take a break in a moment as well. 8 for her.
I'm gonna rouse.
She is.
I get hungry kids, of course I do. Shit, that's 4.
It's very difficult to hold onto someone who's doing as you're basically
Mhm.
picking up a human being. Fur starts to appear all over her body. It starts to turn dark, and her form sort of changes. And suddenly, you're holding onto this huge wolf, and you actually drop it as it growls and sort of. You can hear the clacking of its claws as it sort of makes its way across the room into the darker sections. You can see its shining red eyes as it looks back and stalks its way.
I fucked up. Okay.
At this point, Irene steps inside. Josephine, if Joseph also wants to.
Oh, the
interfere
minute
as well.
there was
Coming
a yell, I came with Irene.
Yeah, Josephine is standing there. She's clutching her side. There's some blood. Are any of you at hunger 4 or higher?
No,
They were all good.
You're all
afterwards.
under
Pretty sure we're all at 0.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I'm at
Sort
0.
of.
Yeah, great. She's reaching for something. V is sort of arms wide, bit shocked, and there's this huge wolf. Actually, it's a normal sized wolf. Sort of in the corner, this glowing red eye, sort of looking back at all of you. It doesn't move, it just sort of
V.
watches. Its hackles are up as well.
What's this?
what?
that is well, is it my kid? I don't know. It's the Blue Serpent.
Has Josephine been feeding her gangrel?
I don't think Josephine's feeding her Josephine
Feeding
fed or
what
anything.
the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck?
Exactly.
Gangrene? What the?
What's
Not
going
gangrene.
on?
I'll explain the clans later.
Uh,
I have a feeling, I have no evidence to back this up, but Joseph, on your desk, there is lots and lots of vials of, I think she's been pumping different kindred blood into her system to like fool herself to like
Right.
become like the most powerful ultimate warrior or some shit. And
Understood.
when she was turned, perhaps one of the other bloods kicked in
stronger blood
for
would have kicked in.
mine. Yeah.
Let's deal with this problem, shall we?
I want to. Yeah. Shit.
Josephine, do you have a steak?
She's sort of is patting her jacket. Yeah, in the office. Fuck.
All right.
Where's the office?
It's just up to her
Yeah.
right. The door's already open.
I'll go and grab it.
Search through literally the second drawer. The first one had a gun in it. The second one, oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Easy.
I love her organization system.
Gun, steak.
Third one, grenade.
Yeah,
And then the fourth one is like
like
gummy
the
lemon
holy
something.
trinity. Yeah, that's right.
It's alcohol.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you have a steak now. Anything either of you would like to do, V
Good.
or Joseph?
I mean, I could extinguish Vitae her.
Don't do that. She'll full on feral out.
I'm
She's on
just gonna keep
nothing.
an eye on like exits.
There is
Um,
only the one currently. The back exit is closed. It's just the place that you guys have entered from.
cool. Well, then I will make
Maybe
sure that
close
she
that.
doesn't leave. Is it closable?
You certainly can. You just need to grab the shutter and close
Yeah.
it down.
I will slam that down.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
Would like this can't all be for nothing. I need the information, but she can't speak, and now she's a fucking wolf.
Yes, let's handle the wolf problem first.
Yeah.
It might have to be for nothing. I'm sorry to tell you.
I can't have broken one of the biggest traditions for nothing.
Let's solve the wolf problem.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Prefer for it to not
Okay.
turn into a bigger problem.
Yes. Yeah.
I think with that, we'll take a 5 to 7 minute break, as we usually tend to do. Stick with us and see how they deal with this scenario. After 5 to 7 minutes, we will be back. See you in just a moment. And we return. Welcome back to fight with a wolf in a small mechanics place.
That famous
That's it. That's it. That's the episode.
The
That's
tale is all
session.
this time.
Yeah.
saying.
All right. What would you guys like to do? You have backed a wolf into a corner, trapping it in this mechanics place. Josephine's currently bleeding in front of you, reaching for something in her jacket. Irene, you have a stake in your hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and stake her.
Close the
wolf
door
heart.
and then just go for it. Stake
You-
this beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess.
Cold shot. Now,
Yes.
this is interesting. I'm going to add another -1, so it's a -3 because this is a wolf. Its anatomy is slightly different to a
Yes.
human's.
Okay.
You are mostly familiar with
Um,
staking humans.
Is it strength melee?
It is strength melee -3.
Am I allowed to activate
Of
prowess?
course you can.
And it's half.
Is our compulsion still going? Quick question.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you haven't discovered any new secrets.
Lovely.
When you take half for melee with prowess, is it rounded up or down?
I believe everything is rounded down in
Okay.
this game.
And I will
I
add
might be
2
wrong
extra.
about that, but that's what I'm going to say.
And I'm going to rouse to make my dice pool adequate.
Oh, sorry, this is a wolf's dice pool now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
God, go.
Brilliant.
Hey, Bridian.
Where's my antagonist section? Here it is.
Disgusting. I'm going to spend a willpower to get those nice.
Antagonist,
Letters.
small section, puppy dog.
Literally
Puppy
under
Doge.
antagonist says an animal section.
Hmm.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No.
No, actually. Yeah, no, I'll stick with that. 9, you are going to deal damage, but you're not going to stake the heart.
This is fine. We'll do what we can.
So you said 9. It does +0 damage for a stake.
Mm.
So you beat them by 3. Half your prowess is what, 2?
Yes, 2.
5, and then halved 2.
Is it halved if they're a thin blood?
They are not
don't
a
think-
thin blood.
They can't turn into
Oh,
a.
true. Because
They
they've
need
been
to do that
drinking
through
juice.
blood alchemy. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to
They
use
can't-
Protean, yeah. So it is halved
Mm.
to 2.
Mm.
You do a severe graze on the wolf as it sort of leaps up and tries to bite you, and then you just drag the stake across it. You don't know where the heart is, but if you just drag it across, you'll probably hit it at some point, right?
Keep
But it
doing
just
that.
does a big gash in the side of it. And it
Okay.
sort of whines and jumps back.
Can you flick some of the blood my way?
I don't know
He
if I
wants to
can.
taste the
Messy.
blood cocktail.
It's too
yeah.
messy for that.
That's fine.
V or Joseph, what would you like to do?
Go kid.
I would like to pin the wolf down so that Irene can have a better shot. I'm gonna try and brawl it.
Strength and roll.
Yep. Add those 2 dice and then get rid of those 2
Doing
dice.
hunger dice. Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna rouse.
Always worth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always.
multiple hungries.
Ooh.
3.
3. You tie. I rolled terribly. So you
Yay.
hold this wolf down. You physically grab onto it and hold it down. This will make it slightly easier for you to stake it if you so desire on your next turn. Joseph?
I think I'm just gonna tee haha spread a soul.
Ooh.
Okay. Scry the soul.
Damn, that's a good way of getting information. I
Yeah.
forgot about that part.
Right?
You can
Oh,
kill
my
her
Auspex
and spread a
is
soul.
really good.
Josephine pats her pockets. She pulls out a holy cross, but she doesn't wave it up just yet. In the meantime. All right, Irene, while this roll is happening, would you like to stake them?
Yes, if they are if they're like less mobile, easier to get to, then yes, I will try.
Same roll, but just a -1.
Okay, just a -1.
Just a -1.
Arouse again.
They are wriggling
next
and
time.
writhing under your grip, V.
Here's
Wild
something
animal
quick.
is surprisingly harder to hold than a human
Yeah.
being.
Rolled really
Yeah.
well. Hell yeah.
Did you get a crit?
I love crits.
That one.
Never get them, so nice to have.
Yeah.
Too many dice. I have to like roll
Too
harder.
many dice.
Not enough dice, I should say.
It's fine.
Too many.
When
dice
the
that I-
ants lay.
Not enough dice
Not enough dice to
in my
roll.
rollage. Nice. That is a lot of successes.
You have to get 8.
Okay, I got over 8. I got
Yeah.
4, 6, 8, 10, 13.
13. Yeah.
Whoa!
Boom.
Yeah.
Straight. With V holding them down, it's a lot easier for you to just punch it through the ribcage
Yeah.
and find where the heart is and stake the wolf paralyzed in the moment. How many successes, Joseph?
I got 8 with a crit.
8 with a critical success.
Hell
I love a
yes.
crit.
Right?
Yes,
I've been rolling like shit. Very average.
So
Do they revert to human form when staked as
there is
dog?
no thing to say that they do. So,
Interesting.
once their transformation reverts,
Yep.
which is usually a scene, then
Yep,
they
yep.
revert back to
Got it.
themselves.
Cool.
So So 8 with a crit.
Yes.
Learn lots of shit.
Yeah.
Hunger dice.
Mhm.
That dice is officially gone forever. 5.
Step.
So you get 3 over them.
Yeah. And Sekrot.
You get
Definitely.
2 things.
And then
And a
secret.
special thing.
In secret.
Sorry. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, 2 things and a secret.
Got it. I definitely just want to get the emotional state because I know they're hungry, but I want to know if it's like fear or anger or like I want the specifics of their emotions.
It is the kind of fear where, you know, that old saying, we back a tiger into the corner,
Yeah.
is when that's most dangerous. It is that fear of being destroyed
Yeah.
that fuels them forward. They're very afraid that they will die.
I can't learn clan from Scry the Soul. That
No,
would
you
be
have
tough.
to taste for blood.
Or like Bloodwalk or whatever.
Yeah.
I know that they probably haven't diablerized.
It would be impossible for them to have done it
Yeah.
all the time.
The other one is like
Under the
What kind?
effects of blood sorcery, what their supernatural being type is.
which would be
You
dog.
can ask another question on the similar.
Generation range, or is that
That's more taste
blood
for
stuff?
blood.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to
This
be on the
is more like
same-
the emotional, like spirit
Mindset stuff.
Yeah. So got the emotions. I'm gonna get the secret. God. Can I get anything on their beast? Or like not really
I think
like,
I've already told you with the
yeah,
emotional
true.
state.
Just survival stuff.
Yeah. In fact, the fact that it's so prominent, those feelings,
yeah.
as well, it's at the forefront.
It's down here.
Suggestions from
Yeah, I'm
other
trying to think
players?
as well.
The list only has those things on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says including, so you can actually ask other questions, but they have to be sort of.
Could I
that.
get
I
something?
guess you could do like under the effects of like a type of something or
wanna
other, based on the
figure
fact
out,
that
like,
it's similar to blood
almost
sorcery.
like conviction level stuff of like what do they stand by, but that's very weird.
I will say in their current state, you're not going to be able to figure that out.
Yeah, just survival.
Yeah, and we're like pretty sure that they're vampire.
Yeah. Emotional damage. How bad is this state of mind? Is it ingrained or current, I guess?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, all right. Considering, what I probably should have said is that it. Actually, no. So when they transformed into this wolf, they are a lot more matted, missing hair, and has patches of just bald spots, basically. 2 of their eyes, different colors, and it's very messy. It is. Sorry, what was the question again?
It was kind of like, is this mindset that they're in of survival in the moment, or like it's
Constant.
permanent, just like
Deep-seated.
yeah.
It is consistent. So it throughout
Boingo,
this
yeah.
moment, it is consistent.
Got it. Cool. And then Sekrot.
This is Arachne's child.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
they have her blood and they would have pumped that into her.
Shit. Not my shit. Yeah.
Got it.
Blood of Arachne's child. And so he become
Yeah, not my kid.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not
You
a dad.
Real
Not
dirt for
yet.
Okay.
Wait, what? I'm so confused. So Arachne sided them and not V?
like, so we got Arachne from. Actually, I'll do it in character because upon learning this and getting staked, it would
we
go
don't know this
quiet.
information.
Yeah, it's very important if you tell V, actually.
Yes. So she's clearly trying to survive. Good job.
Mhm.
But I got a chance to glance into the deeper parts of her. That is, when we found Arachne, she was at that Second Inquisition base, and they had
Yeah.
held her for quite a few many years, taking her blood,
Yeah.
storing it
Hmm.
into small vials. The vials, I'd say, that are on my desk.
Yeah.
When she was, as you said, souping herself up on this blood to power herself up, amongst them was Arachne's blood, and she is much older than you.
Oh,
I
yeah,
see.
absolutely.
This is Arachne's child.
So she was ghouling herself off of Arachne's blood, and then when I
Not
turned
purely Arachne's blood, I
When
imagine.
her,
You
Yeah.
turned her, Arachne's blood worked through her system.
Was the most
or
potent
yours.
amongst
well,
the blood.
understandable. She's old as shit.
Some disciplines allow blood to retain its powerful properties over a long period of time.
Yeah. Yep.
Usually you have to do it straight from the vein, but some disciplines allow you to subvert this.
There you go, V. You're not the sire.
You regain
Well,
a humanity.
incredible.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
Since the one that you lost is actually not true to you as a person.
Yeah.
Mm.
You didn't cause this upon them. Might have been a part of the process, but you weren't inherently responsible.
Mm. Good to know.
They were
Shit.
responsible for their own
God damn it.
vampirification.
So they
Mm.
were that I can't believe someone would ghoul themselves like in you say the suit when you say it. God.
Well,
This
for
is-
somebody who hates kindred as much as they do, they teeter very close to the edge.
Don't they?
They
Like this is
see
what
us
I've been
as
saying.
tools to be used, weapons that is controlled.
It's
They
like they're trying
don't
to
exactly have the tools to kill and sire someone, so it is not something they need to worry about
yeah.
Until they do.
until it happens.
It's real bioweapon weird like
Hmm.
Science.
superhero supervillain level shit.
When you can't
Or
rely on your
American
own faith.
government level shit, I guess, if you look at history. Oh god.
We are literally vampires.
I know. I am aware of that. Like points at this entire
The dog.
the dog, Josephine's neck. Like
Yeah.
I am aware we're vampires.
She's
Do you
busted out
need
of
anything else from her, V?
We've got an idea of what we're up against now, I guess. And it's but do all of them do this, or is it just for the higher ups? There's
We
so many
can-
questions still.
Ask Catherine.
Catherine is the bottom of the barrel.
Yes,
she
but
is
she
the
would
smallest
know
fish in the
vague
pond.
Manufacturing.
We've
lines
asked
and stuff.
Catherine,
She's already told us everything she knows about Black Site.
Yes.
and that is not a lot. I want to help Flyboy. I want to get rid of Black Site. If there is
course.
any information I can get from Blue Serpent,
How? How?
You have to take a leaf out of Little Lamb's book, feed your blood to them while they're unconscious, get their hunger to a manageable state, ensure that they aren't terrified for their own survival.
Yeah.
As we now know that there is animalistic tendencies within.
well, get Gangrel.
Yes.
My other thought is we could bring them into the Camarilla and deal with it on the books rather than off.
Could, but don't you think they'll just kill them anyway?
What if they have information?
Irene is a hound and can at least delay that destruction. Not exactly trying to save this thing's life.
No, God, no.
And if we need to go to the prince anyway to talk about what we're going to do,
Yes.
It sort of just aligns.
Okay.
And
it's
now
no
that we
longer.
have confirmation that this is someone else's,
Indeed.
it's easier to handle.
Yep. No one needs to know how they became a kindred, as long as people
No.
know that they're a gangrel.
Yep.
That's a relief in a sense.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely.
Still horrifying, but a relief that I don't have to figure this shit out by myself in a sense. I'm glad that I can have you guys help me again. That we can work together as a team.
Of course, I'm going to do Taste for Blood. I want to get a
Of course,
generational
nom nom.
thing because she's
Arachne's old as
Arachne's old as
hell.
bowels. So,
Balls.
blood sorcery. Taste for blood.
Blood.
I believe this takes you 10 minutes to do the ritual.
No, that is Blood Walk.
You're just doing
because
Taste for
a
Blood.
Taste for Blood gives me a general generation, and that's all I really need.
General generation.
So resolve blood sorcery.
While he's doing that, I'm going to check on Josephine again, make sure she's okay.
Yeah, she's busted out of first aid kit, gauze, wrappings and such, and has already started to patch herself up.
Bruh, my blood sorcery is like, take this. I got another crit. So one,
Hell
two.
yeah.
I just need to beat a difficulty of 3, which I did, and I got a crit, which gets me. A critical win reveals whether the subject has ever committed diablerie and the generation within 1 instead of the generation banned.
So she is either
So in full, I know she's a vampire.
Mhm.
Determines the relative blood potency and then generation within 1.
generation within 1. She is either 12th, 13th, or 14th.
Interesting. Mhm.
Her blood potency. I have to double check.
11.
Freaky deaky.
Blood potency is 3.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah, potent blood.
yeah, I ain't waking her up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't think I can either.
there's potent blood.
Crease
Right.
is old as hell, maybe.
She is a lower generation, higher generation,
Further from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
about
Oh, okay.
12, roughly.
Oh, so just above mine. Cool.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
How about we wait for this to wear off and we get some blood ready to put into her?
Do we want her to be awake or asleep?
We want to feed her while she's asleep, and then
Yeah.
we will wake her up when she is more right of mind.
Doesn't wear off when the stakes come.
If we want to hand her into the Camarilla, do you reckon it would be better to do so while she's not?
Yeah, better staked. We'll
Yes.
bring her in staked.
Mhm.
And then we can talk to her on the books rather than off.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's better.
works better.
Yeah.
And bringing in a second Inquisition leader or something's got to look good for our.
Yes.
Our
Well-
ever-growing reputation.
Yeah, and people believing us that they should join us for our suicidal cause, as they put it.
Well, while we have her staked, we can keep her in the car and meet up with everybody who should be arriving at home about now.
Oh right, yeah. Oh god, Brian's going to be biting at the chomp.
Yes.
Josephine, do you want to come or do you want
I
to stay
think I'm
here?
gonna go to hospital.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Do you want me to take you to the hospital?
Nah, I'll just get a cab.
Don't go to Lakeshore.
Yes, don't go to Lakeshore.
I'm sure you've heard all the reports and stuff.
Yeah, but fine.
It's owned by a vampire.
What
Who's a
place?
dick?
You know what? Whatever. You deal with this. I'm gonna go get some medical attention. She goes
That's a
up,
good idea.
opens the shutter, closes it behind herself, disappears into the night.
Fuck. Yeah.
Let's go.
I put her in the car.
Mm-hmm. Piggyback. Let's go.
Scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
Where would you like to place this normal sized wolf?
In the
A
big
boot.
Okay.
Will that
Lay her
fit it,
down
look
so
good?
that if she does like shift back, she doesn't like I don't know, dislocate something.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone got something to put over it, or we're just leaving it as is?
Over her in the boot.
Well, let's just try. The police aren't going to stop us.
Picnic
We should be
blanket
fine.
over the
It
top.
can be.
Yeah, perfect.
Just going out for a midnight
Yeah.
snack.
We're just
Uh-huh.
trophy hunters or some shit
Yeah.
that looks a fit.
It's
Oops.
fine. Joseph knows how to avoid the cop cars. So it's
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
We're also
Let's
only
keep
in the
that.
yeah, we'll get through the hive. Should be fine.
Yeah. You pass through the hive back towards your own home, which only takes you,
Yeah.
I want to say, 40 minutes approximately at this
Okay.
time of
Yep.
night. And you make your way back to the haven.
Mm.
You all stay in. Drive down the left-hand side
Yeah.
down to the second underground parking lot where there's a bunch of cars. Park the car inside. I imagine you just leave them in there.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And you make your way up inside. What would you like to do?
Keep an eye on the front gate for our arrivals.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll stand by the door if you want to check out the fruit I left on your desk.
And heal
Yes.
some of my superficial.
Yeah, before we do that,
idea.
let me push some of those ribs back in before I do that. Lie down.
Okay.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgical surgery.
Intelligence and the path level.
Yeah, that's a bad rouse. That's okay.
Difficulty. How much aggravated damage do you have, V?
3.
Difficulty 4. V, you get a text after some time saying, "Where are you?" From Brian, who was given the address that you guys swiftly left way back when. I imagine you give him your home address. This is where home he comes
Yeah.
over. After a few moments, Brian, Catherine, is there any other ghouls we'd like to arrive at this place, or just
Penelope.
these two?
Penelope's
so.
coming?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, she doesn't get to meet Josephine. I'm upset.
I think if she says like I'm on my way or something like that, or she's like I'm just outside, he's like, don't come in yet. I will come out to get you. But on the ground, I got 5 successes, so I can knock
Convert.
1 off.
Mhm.
So your injuries were again, still bludgeoning, and he'd like pushed your chest out last time. So it's probably just like dealing with some of probably your back or something is like
Yeah.
fucked up or
Put the
something.
spine back together.
Yeah, it's like him pressing on the muscles around it, drawing symbols,
Ah.
and then just like not even using force, but pulling them like tension lines along the spine to like crack them into place.
Oh, I still have the discretion.
But like pulls on them by like actually pulling on the skin to do it.
That's very
and then it
uncomfortable.
clicks, and he's just gonna be like, that should help at least.
Yeah, it felt weird. Didn't feel painful though.
That was
And then wipe all of
really weird.
the runes off your back and stuff. And then I'll quickly do it on myself.
While this is happening, Irene, you're out the front with Brian and Catherine because they're the first two to arrive. Catherine arrives first, always orderly and on time. She's wearing the most casual clothing you've ever seen her in.
Yeah.
Skinny jeans, a sort of almost Christmassy sweater, and a scarf wrapped around her neck, and a little sort of beanie hat with a bauble on the top, and some nice warm gloves as well. She sort of shivers and
Come in.
thank you.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Steps on in, brushes the snow off. Before you close the door, Brian sort of slams into the door, like makes his way inside
goodness
as
me.
well.
Um,
At this point, you probably made or Catherine has helped herself to some hot cocoa.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure
making
some had
people
been made.
coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warming up our coffee spot.
Yeah. And Catherine takes a little sip. Brian runs over, grabs the cup from her, and just sculls it. Looks at it,
Ooh.
like realizes he
Oh,
thought
buddy.
it was something
Oh
else.
my gosh.
And looks at Catherine. Catherine just slowly shakes her head. at him.
My man's would have burnt his tongue for true.
And he slowly puts it
Buddy.
down. Just
Oh.
goes, "Sorry, I was just really thirsty."
Everyone, I think you need to deal with this before it gets out of hand.
I'll go to like the sitting area and sort of sit opposite them
Mm.
and prepare
Would you
for
like some
chat.
glasses? I'll
That's
get
all-
you some glasses.
Sure, if that's the way that
Oh.
Catherine
Uh,
makes herself another hot
yeah.
chocolate.
Pour
and then
yourself
sits down.
another. I'll say to them, thanks for coming. I know it's been some time since we've spoken to each other, been out of commission for about a month, probably since we last saw each other. I gave both of you my blood under life or death circumstances. And funnily enough, I don't usually do that kind of thing up until I arrived here. So I'm going to give both of you a choice as to whether or not you want it again. It's up to you.
I rolled successes on my own surgery, so I'm in the other room, like warping my own body, just like
Love.
Brian immediately leans forward and pushes the glass towards you. Catherine, on the other hand, I'll get you to make a wits insight check, actually.
Yeah, certainly.
Mm.
I knew
Uh,
Brian would be fine.
Yeah,
I don't need to worry
that's
about the
the
masquerade.
problem.
with
Brian's an
Catherine.
yeah, there are other issues you need to solve with Brian.
I don't know what you mean. He's a good boy. Okay, I'm gonna rouse.
And after a few moments, Penelope White arrives
Yes.
as well.
I head straight outside to talk to her.
I full on spy on Joseph through the window.
There are
Yeah.
cameras on
Yeah.
that stage. as
He's
well.
not hiding.
You have the.
V, I'll get a wits technology, please.
Oh,
Specialty in security.
not with my technology set. But yeah.
How many successes, Irene?
7.
7.
Yes.
Catherine, while Brian Summers sees you as a font of like the best
Juice.
fucking coffee, you know,
Mm.
keeps you awake, keeps you focused, keeps you alive forever, stronger, faster, etc. It's good stuff. Catherine has a huge messiah complex about you.
Yeah.
Ever since you brought her back from death and
Mhm.
Brian, and there's, you know, weird talk going on and stuff about someone who matches your description amongst, you know, some of the people that she's been hanging out with.
Yeah.
She might believe that you are the second coming and pushes the glass forward.
Yeah. I think if she sort of does slowly, Irene will sort of lock eyes with her and just grab the cup and sort of drag it slowly towards her as like a mutual understanding thing, but no words were exchanged. I'll put a bit of my blood in both of them.
They both drink eagerly, one more messily than the other.
Yeah.
Reinforce the blood bond.
Damn.
Yeah.
Joseph, what do you say to
Um,
Penelope?
Yeah, I think I meet Penelope outside. And I just want to get her ready because I've only been talking very like lightly about like kindred stuff to her, just being like, it's a culture, there's structures and rules and laws, like the very peripheral
Yeah.
like sociological terms for it all. And I'm like, as you come inside, there are going to be people who are far more familiar with the discourse of this society. It may be very confronting, but I want you to be around it. And only afterwards do I want to have a talk on whether you would like to join it properly.
For those who don't know, Penelope White is about 5'6". She has
Mhm.
long grey blonde hair, very large glasses. She's quite lean. Tonight she's wearing a scarlet red jumper, very slim on her. Jeans, some sort of very comfortable boots that one would wear to trudge through snow. Very similar. She's also wearing like a grey scarf and a little beanie across her head, as everybody is because of the cold weather.
Yeah.
She looks at you, Joseph, through her glasses, which almost amplify her eyes and make them look a bit larger. And gives a nod.
Mhm.
Just a simple nod. She doesn't really know what else to say.
Yeah.
You can see her sort of hot breath slowly coming
Yeah.
out of her mouth. She doesn't know what else to say.
Um,
Just a simple nod.
Take in what you can, see the people that are involved. I want this to be an educated experience for you. And we'll lead her inside because it's cold.
The two of you step inside. Irene and V, you
Mhm.
see Penelope White, and Penelope White sees the two of you and the two of others who just put their glasses down on the counter in front of Irene.
Everyone, this is Penelope White. This is Irene Lasombra. That's what I have you in my notes as because I thought
Irene
names were
Lasombra.
surnames. And this is V Banu Hakim. This is Irene and V.
Hey.
Catherine. I've already forgotten his name.
Brian.
Brian.
Stop being rude.
No, I
Boy,
just
you're
forgot.
so
I was
mean
like
to the
4
goal.
names. I'm sorry.
She gives, where you barely move your hands, they'll sort of wave to each of you, rubbing her hands together, trying to keep warm. It's instantly warmer in here.
I bring her in. I keep her like near me, and I get
So, like,
her a hot
coffee,
cocoa.
tea,
A tea would be lovely. Thank you.
tea.
I'll grab
Or
one
make a
too.
tea. You guys can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of you are gathered around here.
Yeah. There's a clear decision by him to always like be near that friend at the party, the one friend you know that he's doing that to Penelope to keep her. Yeah. So you're all here now. We were away for a little while. I'm sure you have questions you would like to ask us or clarify, perhaps.
If there is anything.
Yes.
To also reiterate, Irene, you also gain a stain, by the way.
Yes,
for-
fair enough.
Inherently, you're older and more wizened than some of our other coterie members. You know, deep down, they don't have a choice. As
Yeah.
much as you give them one,
Yeah.
you are offering them eternal life, hyperactiveness all the time, being the best they can be
Supernatural
constantly.
power.
Yeah.
They inherently don't have a choice.
No.
Especially
It's
even
the
if they
gesture.
taste it, as long as they have a blood bond of one,
Yeah.
you already have a huge sway over them.
Mhm.
Not always inherently themselves.
Mhm.
Such is the world of darkness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So also just to clarify with Penelope, that means that she has no blood bond at the moment.
Right.
Because I only got her to blood bond 1 because she drank twice, which is enough to blood bond to 1, and it has been a month.
That
So
is,
she should be clear of mind.
that is interesting.
Yes.
That is very interesting.
Keep in mind.
Almost intentional.
Okay.
Hello.
Good
Hey,
luck with
yo,
that,
mate,
mate.
I need you clearing mine here. Golconda, don't make me.
Mm,
Uh,
Yes.
if you still ghoul her, you'll still gain a stain.
Oh, understandably so, but he is very aware that like she's not going to be swayed by him as much.
hmm.
As in,
As
like she.
much.
I'll be very clear. She's tasted your blood.
Yes,
there's a
but
reason
she is
she
not
said-
currently bonded.
She
I'ma
isn't currently
come back.
bonded. Yes.
But she knows what it feels like, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Ooh,
That
that
was
shit
very important. He
good."
was like, "This
Yeah,
is the
cool.
world. Now you're out of it. I'm now standing you at the edge. Would you like to fully
I could
enter?"
think fast. I could do all this all
Um,
bullshit.
Take the leap of faith. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, there's not much discussion really. Catherine is probably the first to speak. She
Mhm.
turns to you, Irene, and says, how are you feeling?
Better now. As I said, we were gone for about a month after a quite catastrophic fight we had, but better now. Thank you. How about you?
I'm we already did an insight with 7. She clearly looks down, rubs the back of her neck, and then looks back up at you, clears her throat, and goes, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine." Brian interrupts her and says, "I am not okay. You need to
Why not?
not disappear on me ever again. I've
Are
been
you-
awake for 2 fucking weeks. I don't think I've slept. I might have slept while I drove to work, but I don't know."
Dude,
Micro sleeping
Fuck.
is not good. I'll try not to, but we have very important things to do.
Catherine
I'm-
slaps his shoulder. She's got very important things to do.
I'm glad you're okay now. That's the important
He
thing.
breathes, got out what he wanted to say, so leans back and relaxes a bit. Yeah, it's just hard to work without feeling on top of the ball, you know?
I'm sorry.
whew.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Catherine's just glaring at him.
Well, if you're in better states of mind now, I know you're both aware of the plans we have to take care of Black Site 24. We've spoken about it before.
Brian is the one who sort of leans. Okay, so Brian leans forward. Catherine straightens her back. Business-like. Brian sort of puts his hands together, half turns his head from side to side in his big sort of leather jacket that he wears. I just think you're better off going through the media, running propaganda, telling the people, and just getting this exposed rather than
We
Not really-
have what
Yeah.
has happened in the month we've been gone on social media around both the hospital and that location.
well, the hospital, there was some what do you call them? Not riots, but
Protests?
protests. That's the word. Yeah, protests. A couple of
Good to hear.
those.
That's good.
Mhm.
Nothing about. Haven't seen anything about this other place though.
Right.
I'm-
So
Check the I'll go to my computer and check the buzz, the conspiracy theory website we were
4chans.
writing stuff on.
also throughout the conversation, like as you mentioned, like Black Side, Brian mentioning that, he leans just ever so slightly over to Penelope and it's like, Black Side 24 is a place of people who want to kill people in our society. Just like little notes to keep her like understood on what's going
buddy.
on without being like vampires are being it's like there is a group of people that want to harm our group of people.
V, you scour the interwebs. It has been scrubbed clean. Anything that has to do with this
That
space or any
really hurts.
recordings
Hmm.
that any of you have posted. Nothing about
Oh.
it anywhere.
Question is it Gabriella or is it the other guys?
Or is it both?
I'll send Gabriella a text that said, "We did clear the conspiracy website with you, right?"
Uh,
Did you clean it?
she used a little chat messenger thing on your computer to get to her. Her little avatar pops up and sort of waves at you as you enter the chat. And she simply types back, clear line, we're fine to talk.
Cool.
I'd never posted any of those recordings or anything.
Yeah, we posted a photo or something. Well, we didn't do it. Some humans did. Um, was-
Weird. No idea what that's about.
okay, so you didn't wipe the website. Okay, that just wanted to know.
Yeah, no idea.
Cool. Well, hope you're doing good. I'll catch up for a game at some point.
Yeah, let's play another game sometime soon. You see that she sent you like 60 new games
Oh
in your
god.
inbox.
It's like, thanks for the the games. When I am less in torpor, I will definitely check those out.
She sends you a little gif of someone doing like finger guns.
Oh my god.
Come on, V, you have to do your blade ritual. Get off the game.
Get off.
Pause it. It's
I'm
online,
playing my
Joseph,
game.
I
How you
can't.
going, son? Are you winning?
That's Irene. Are you winning?
Irene at the
Yeah.
door just being like, did you kill them? Are they eviscerated?
Are
Are
they going to come back? Yeah.
I'll rejoin the group and
Hmm.
go, wasn't us. But also,
Good to know.
yeah, Brian, we can't do that because it's if we say, hey, there's these people over here killing us, then people find out that we exist.
Yeah. Rule number 1.
Can't mass media it, sadly. We have to go a bit more medieval.
Yeah, but isn't that the same thing? Aren't you just presenting your head on the chopping block?
Yes,
Yeah, but
they
that's
forced
our
our head
head.
onto the chopping block.
That's our head versus all of our heads.
But you don't have to do this.
Well, we're very well aware.
We're
We've made this
just
decision.
Yeah.
Either we-
Suppose.
we do this now and we potentially die, potentially succeed in the thing, or we just wait and inevitably prolong our death anyway. So
Yeah.
Kind of sounds.
there's a chance here of getting through.
I know.
If-
If I know anything about secret fucking societies, is that you push one down, 3 more pop up.
Well, we've pushed down quite a few. This is the biggest one.
They also enjoy science and technology a great deal. I'm going to lead everyone towards my office and sit behind my desk with this suit and all of the glass vials of blood on it and be like, this is what they've been able to develop in a recent amount of years. And they're doing more. We saw a helmet that could be a huge problem.
Yeah,
If
creepy.
left untouched, their science and technology is unhindered.
But if you fail as well,
Well, then don't let us fail.
Then it's
hey, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to produce alternatives other than
I understand.
going
It's
medieval.
appreciated.
We understand.
yes, it's
You've clearly got your mind.
dire. Yeah, one doesn't get to this point in the planning process without first choosing to engage.
Yeah.
You've read Sun
Where-
Tzu, clearly.
Yes, very much so. I believe I did a report on it.
That's so
Catherine
unsurprising.
Catherine has been very quiet this whole time, just been listening to all of you.
I think I gestured to it and to Catherine. I'm like, I'd like to figure out how this works, but this is some of the stuff above you. Would you be interested to find out what this does?
I mean, I can try.
It's
We can work together.
it's Blue Serpent's personal suit.
Okay.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, what's the news on, like, have anyone talked about what happened to the Blue
Mm.
Serpent or anything that happened the night we disappeared?
Not really. No, it's just a word that is thrown around. It doesn't really mean anything. Like you say, it's a person.
Apparently.
I
Was a person.
don't know any person by that. It seems to be a code word that we used. So
Mhm.
Okay.
They wore this. It might be reference to this. I'm going to sit down by the desk and try and understand what this is, and I will use a little bit of taste for blood to ensure that each of these little blood things is a different kind of blood.
Mhm. And yeah, while you're doing that, I'll just look at Irene and then look at Penelope and try and just give her a once over. Having never met this person
Yeah.
before, and
Yeah,
just very
that's
much
right.
like, this is the person you are choosing to sire.
wits.
She hasn't said
insight.
anything.
Yeah,
To
she
be very
hasn't
quiet.
also said anything.
Yeah,
Wits
she's
insight, lovely.
observant.
Huge.
Gonna
I'll
rouse
take
if I
a
want to.
dot, I guess, but we're not actually talking, so maybe not.
Well, I'm looking to you and
Yeah.
looking at her, so
Yeah, okay. Probably be just like, yeah, look at that bitch, man. She
what do you think of
weird.
this?
Who is
lady?
this?
As you unfurl the suit, and Catherine picks it up and goes, "Oh yeah, I actually helped design the blueprints for this." She points out she critically succeeds on the technology check.
Oh,
Hell
okay.
yeah.
She's like, "I helped design this. It's about pumping fluids like drugs into your system to help you power through certain combat scenarios and stuff. You know, a lot of the illegal stuff that you're not supposed to use anymore."
Yeah, like ghouls.
Yeah, a lot of drugs
Blood.
were used on soldiers way back when to help them
Yeah.
do certain extreme maneuvers and travel very far distances. It's just like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's this blood, you say that it is, in it now.
A replacement for said drugs.
Right. Well, it's combat armor, flexible, strong. It's got deep impact. Fiber mesh, so it's very cushiony. It's meant to protect. And yeah, so I actually designed. She puts her hand into the glove. All the things have been disconnected.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Okay.
She electrocute herself.
Don't become a Arachne's ghoul.
She flicks it on, and as she closes her fist without the thumb, almost like a thumbs up, you can see that part of it lights up, and some blood sort of squirts out of the suit itself.
It's a good mechanism.
Yeah, so when you do that, it should
Perfect.
inject the drugs into your system for on the go when you need
I
drugs.
see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this a common thing that multiple, like, how many of these, did they tell you how many were going to be made when you designed
I
this?
don't get told those sorts of things.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
help design.
Blueprints are
Yeah.
usually early in the process.
This-
Not near the manufacturing.
This is years of work trying to get this even to happen.
Fancy. Cool.
Well, that's good to know.
Mhm.
Mm.
And yeah, is it different blood? On these
Every
different-
single vial is different.
Cool.
Nosferatu, Gangrel, Malkavian.
With my taste for blood, I'm pretty sure the only one that I'll be able to be familiar with is Arachne.
Arachnes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He deliberately goes, and this is the culprit.
The culprit.
Sets it down.
Yeah, maybe keep samples of all the blood.
Yeah. I think he makes little notes as he goes along, like a taste, a ride. Puts it near it.
Yeah.
So not so much, well, performance enhancing drugs in a way, but supernatural.
Yeah, that
Indeed.
checks out. Considering the way that I feel now, she sort of looks at her own hands.
Yeah,
It would be
the
quite
ultimate.
potent.
Hmm.
Very much. so.
Yes.
Quite
And
clever.
you get different things from different ones of us.
They're different.
Yes. Each of the labels, he's like, these two are similar, but they're all different.
Yeah, you've met
drugs.
Josephine, right? She, my
Yes,
friend.
the rude one.
The one
yes.
that wrestled you.
Very much.
the rude one.
so.
Yeah, she is super fast now. She's got great reflexes because she took my blood. whereas you guys have different things because you drunk from Irene's blood. And
She looks at Brian, who's sort of observing the capsules closely without touching them, and you can tell straight away Irene, as you have sort of a close blood bond, she is like trying to figure out what the hell Brian has, and
Yeah.
then also what she has.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't quite understand how this works.
No.
we
I
can
don't think
test
Irene
it.
would know either, to be honest.
You only
Yeah.
know that they get a level 1 discipline that you
Yeah.
have.
Out of
Mm.
character, I know, but in character, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Joseph would look over at Penelope because this is the talk that he wants her to be around to be like.
Talking about Penelope, I got 5 successes on my wits
5
insight.
successes.
Mm.
She seems to. You can almost see straight through into her brain where this big whiteboard kind of is, and all these notes are being taken, and things are coming together, and this makes more sense about this. And she's piecing things together as her eyes sort of dart back quickly backwards and forwards. But she isn't saying anything. She seems to be just listening, like an attentive student would.
Yeah. And I will do the professor thing and be like, Penelope, was there anything that you found yourself capable of doing after our first meeting?
True.
Nothing out of the ordinary, I don't think. That's what I can remember.
That's fine.
Interesting.
It normally manifests quite instinctually, from what I know, from what I understand.
Depends on what it is, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
Well, in that case, we understand what this suit does now. Understand that they use different kinds of drugs. And why Arachne is involved.
Yes.
Hmm.
Not to her own
No.
personal choice. That's
She is growing
Oh.
quite the family, though.
Well, her last kid got killed by the gang girl. Oh, not the last one, actually.
No,
God,
she
I
still
forgot she's
has
got a
one.
recent one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn.
with that in mind, there may be more of these in production when we do choose to attack.
yes. It is entirely likely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shift the suit to a different part of the table, clear off a bit, get some paper out, and just do a real rough top-down sketch of Blackside.
As far as we know it.
Yeah.
It's like a rough, because he knows Chicago best. He'd be like roughly this block-ish.
Yeah, so you can get from everything you've gathered. Actually, you know what? I will get a intelligence. I'll accept either craft
Got it.
or streetwise.
Yeah.
Can I
like
add
all of us to do
fire
this,
and
or-
blood to this?
No. This is not a part of Chicago you're super familiar with.
I can give you a dot
good
for
reason.
Streetwise.
Give dots. So
I don't have
intelligence.
streetwise.
I put
Brian
Streetwise out the walls.
will
Brian
add a
would.
dot as well. You drew that
Yay,
completely wrong.
Brian.
It's actually more like this.
Legendary.
I'm gonna I think I'll do streetwise. I do have craft, but it's definitely more the spell stuff.
Fair.
1, 2, 3. Oh, and a dot from who?
Me
Brian.
and Brian.
And Brian. Got it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
6 successes. It's quite a good drawing. Quite accurate from what you do, as well as Catherine can also, get a geo Google map thing going as well. And
It's street names and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
You draw everything that you know, which is just the first ground floor of everything around here. No one has gone beyond that, but you do know where the entrances are. You know
Yep.
where approximate
Mark
exits are. You
them.
know what time certain people leave every night.
Yep.
What vehicles they look like. Often what's in them, etc. So
Yeah.
quite a bit of information, actually.
Do you guys? I don't like getting Flyboy involved in things, but do you think we should talk to him since he's been in there? He might not remember what it looks like or what was outside or anything, but should
I don't
hit him
think
up?
he's going to be of great help. In all honesty, he was never quite a help in the first place, and he is not fed much information. And I don't want to get him involved because I also don't think his information will be helpful.
Yeah, it's usually just the information he usually has is what we're
Surface level.
doing.
Yes. Very I think we're a bit far in at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
better
and I
off-
don't want to alert him just in case. I know
Yeah.
he's been sending us his vague off emails this entire time,
Yeah.
CCing us, but
And I imagine the only thing he remembers is there were hallways and doors and whatever.
I think we're better off dealing with this
Hmm.
and protecting him through our actions rather
Yeah.
than through
Yes.
active information at
And all
this
we-
point.
Quite need is entrances and exit to the compound.
Yes.
We don't need the details inside.
Indeed.
well, it's helpful.
It's
but I
nice,
understand
but
what you mean.
planning often falls apart the minute it begins.
With
minute you
us,
start, yes.
absolutely.
Getting people to the site is our most important goal right now. We need to have a plan of attack that will very quickly win the confidence of both the Camarilla and the Anarchs so that they will want to fight. And then they can fight. I'm not going to be telling the Anarchs how battle plans and such because they're
They-
not going to want to follow it.
No, but if,
Perhaps not.
yeah, but
If-
well, at least Duncan seems to know what he's doing. I haven't seen any of the others fight. We need to
Yes, if-
talk to Duncan, I would say. I personally want to thank the guy, but we also need to know what exactly happened that night.
we can thank him when he shows up
Yes.
to Blackside.
Well, I don't know if he's coming. I don't know if we.
Well, then he
Instigated
won't get
that.
thanked.
As you're discussing, Irene, you're the one who notices this. Catherine sort of steps forward. She puts her finger down, actually points to some things, takes a piece of paper, and starts doing calculations, mathematics,
Mm,
on the piece of paper.
great.
She's counting quietly to
Yeah.
herself as she puts it up against the wall. Does some small sketches and stuff.
I think Joseph is just going to be like, "Are you doing a personnel count?
Sorry, what? She
Are you trying to calculate how many people are going to be in there?"
just from this, I couldn't tell you. I'm figuring she gets lost for a few more seconds. If you, I don't know if you have access to this, but if you were to, there's a big tower, electronics tower, just here. She sort of marks it with her pencil.
Mhm.
I'll draw a little symbol.
If you were to place a small amount of C4 explosives just on this leg, just here,
Mhm.
the tower would collapse, damaging part of the building, and also cut electricity to the block.
Sounds
If you were to
useful.
acquire, she hands you, Irene, this perfect calculation of exactly how much C4, how to design it, and how to use it as well,
Mhm.
just on this one piece of paper.
I think Joseph gets out a different sheet of paper and almost writes like plan C4.
Does
blow
Tally
up
have
tower,
C4?
blah, blah.
Tally can absolutely get you C4. Yeah,
Yeah,
no
with
problem.
that dot thing.
Using that law sheet, you
Yeah.
can get pretty much any weapon.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good to know.
I think he's going to look at just like entrances and exits and come up with like Camarilla hit the south, Anarchs hit the north. That's plan A, the most straightforward stuff. He's like, we sneak through here, we go over. He does like B, C, D, E. Like he creates all of these plans that are like, here's how you escape. Here is where he is in full, just like he's writing down, he looks up, probably asks for help as well, but he just
Mm.
Intelligence leadership.
yay.
The specialty,
Love.
I believe there's a like warfare specialty with leadership,
That's cool.
which is team dynamics.
Ooh,
Nice, nice.
not gaslighting.
It is not
Surely
gaslighting,
not.
as a matter of fact. Surprise everyone at home.
Joseph is good at gaslighting people? Surely.
Never. Who told you that?
No.
No, you're
I don't
crazy.
even know what that is.
What does that word mean?
Who taught you that? It's not real.
Yeah,
do
you
you
got the
know
wrong definition.
any? Are you two adding to any of these plans? or
Oh yeah,
making
do you
your
have
own?
leadership dots?
Yeah,
I don't
I
have any
think can sort of bring in her own militaristic staff. She has led people before,
Mm.
especially in raids like these. Would be
You
like,
have
Hmm.
many times. Probably raids more deadly than this as well.
yeah,
Or
with a lot
successes.
knowing that people are gonna die kind of raids rather than we might get out of this alive kind
Yeah.
of raids.
Yeah. And usually back then you had a lot more numbers to throw
Yes,
Other
that's
than
right.
around all over the
shovelheads.
place.
Yeah, you had cannon fodder that we do
Yeah.
not currently have.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Mhm.
4 successes. You think your plan's pretty straightforward, like you said. Camarilla to the south, Anarchs to the north. Whoever you can
Yeah.
get within
Yeah.
it.
That's the next step.
The only thing you're missing is like, I guess you have enough technological information to sort of assume what they have, what you've gone up against before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like
Mhm.
Gabriella
Still-
hit here, like get our tech people to shut down this at like
It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If we could
mm,
get her to basically
turn off
direct
the
people
internet.
away from that
Hmm.
area,
Yeah.
like hack
the
something.
best and biggest distraction you have is the C4 on the electric tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you know, Catherine got
Yee.
10 successes on that check.
Yeah.
There's a specialty in
Personage.
explosives.
Yeah,
And-
just to we should get Gabriella to, if anyone like calls the police around that area, to just have that not work very
Divert
well.
it,
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah. You think you have a pretty solid plan
Yeah.
overall. Whether it happens all at the same time,
Yeah.
sort of up to
It's-
everybody else.
Yeah.
But you're pretty confident with what you have.
Nice.
should I text?
I get Penelope over, and I
Mm.
think just using some of the stuff I have and her specialty in scrapbooking makes his like hurried notes about plans into a very like good document. It looks good. It's like easy to follow because his notes would have been like move in left, come out right, like very
Mm.
broad, and she would have made it like neat and pleasant.
She has one
Yeah.
of those pens that has 4 different colors.
Yeah.
And
Yay.
color
Queen
coordinates it
behavior.
and make sure it's all easy to read.
Yeah.
Damn,
Okay.
Okay.
Now we can make some calls.
Okay.
Who's first?
Who should we call first? We've got Hurricane.
Um,
We've got we should go to the Camarilla, but for the
Hurricane-
Anarchs, we have
Yes.
to-
Full. Hurricane, so that we have someone that we can go to after we speak to the Camarilla, set up a location,
Okay.
because contacting them is not easy. We can't just be like, I'm going to send you a file, figure it out. This has to succeed.
Very that.
100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll send Hurricane a, hey, we're not dead. Meet us at this place. Could you meet us at this place
Mm.
about that
We have
thing?
a plan.
We have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sends you sort of a dine and dash little diner. That you can get hamburgers and shakes, and that's about it.
Perfect.
That you can meet him in.
I have a question,
Hmm.
because technically Hurricane is part of, like, he's an Anarch, but he is part
Yes.
of not Annabelle's, what's her name's?
Anita.
Anita's portion of the
Clique.
Anarchs,
Yeah.
whereas I'm so bad with names
Roche?
right now. Roche.
Kim
I was like,
Roche?
whereas
Has his own
Rat-
thing.
Roche, Roche
What
is
the
his own, because it's like Roche. So whereas Roche is his own kind of portion. If we invite them to the same location, are they gonna like fight?
That's
Uh,
you can make a
Difficult to know, I
Which
guess.
politics?
Politics?
It will be a politics role. I'm going to say it's going to be. Yeah, you don't really know much about them, so it'll be
Resolve?
wits politics. You'll do
Wits
a quick like,
politics.
all right, what do they probably?
Yeah.
do?
Are they going to hit each other? And if
Are
not,
they gonna bash
This is not
Yeah.
accurate from what you know, but it's what your
Yes.
gut kind of tells you.
Yeah, that's.
For sure.
Yeah.
I do have a dot in politics.
Yay. I can't
Oh,
help you.
the dice said, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with a crit.
4, so 4 in total.
4 in total.
Okay.
What my gut tell me with crit.
With a critical success, the hurricane is undercover with Camarilla, so
Yeah.
them meeting each other will probably end in a fight.
Got it.
Best they don't meet each other.
Okay,
Especially
cool.
with
Yep.
Tim Roche's opinion of the Camarilla that they have.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So he instead will text Tim Roche because I think I have a number.
You do.
And I'll say, hi, we have a plan. Can we meet?
Tim Roche responds.
Nice.
Plan about what?
I want to say like change or something, just like broad and stupid and Camarilla.
Change. Progression.
Oh my
I think he's just he's gonna be like, we're gonna fuck up the baddies.
The bad. We're gonna fuck up.
I love it. I love it, and I can get behind it.
Yeah, if you take half on your charisma persuasion, you will succeed. So they'll be like, cool. All right. When and where?
I think it'll be, I'll find a place almost close to where we're meeting Hurricane. So like maybe a bar further down the street.
Yeah.
2 blocks away. Yeah.
We bought you a photocopier, right?
Yeah, I've got a printer,
Yeah.
which I think the
Yeah.
printer would have.
Well,
a
then we'll
photocopier
make
in it.
photocopies
Yeah.
of this plan.
Irene, is there any of your resources that you're gathering? You have quite a lot of money
I have
as well
money.
that you can draw upon to
Uh,
buy weapons using.
Can I?
V. Well, V has, I believe V you have black market contacts, don't you?
Me? I don't think so.
No, I think
I
that's
think that was-
Streetwise,
yeah.
Labyrinth rumors. You do have
Yeah.
dots in Streetwise though,
I've got a lot of dotted streetwise.
so
I've
you
got
could
3.
probably work together to buy some stuff if you wanted to.
Yeah.
When it comes to weapons, I'm imagining we're just gonna use that tally law sheet to
That's
I'd
like
love
bring.
to buy shit from Telly.
Still have to buy.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Cool.
So we could get it off the black market, or we could get shit off Telly. Telly will have all of the explosives.
He has the
and-
specialized.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
really want to kill someone, stuff.
Yeah, we
If you're
don't.
looking for just guns or weapons,
Yeah.
switchblades.
Got it.
Some
I
people.
say hold off on it. Get a plan ready, but
Get
if
the
we
amount
can
of people
get
we
the Camarilla
have,
on
yeah.
side, if we get these
We need
disgustingly
numbers.
rich adventurers to dump money into this, we'll be set.
I highly doubt they will.
Oh, I
but we can
super
try.
doubt it too,
Yeah.
but like that's just
Plus,
it's
we'll
just
give-
like everyone will help out, and then when they don't, he's like, fine, we'll buy that fucking
We haven't
stuff."
exactly had the best relationship with the
Yeah,
Venture
again, we
this
never
entire
talked to the
campaign, have we?
Venture.
No,
We've
but if the
avoided them.
prince asks for it,
Yeah. I don't. Apart from that, I don't know if there's much I can do.
Your
especially because
cult
it's technology.
Can do things.
Yeah.
Yes, they've already helped a lot. I don't know what
They
else
can
they
help
can do.
more.
Cause a distraction. in another
Certainly.
location?
A riot of some kind, or perhaps a.
Do we know where another base is so that we can because from what we understand, they
kill
send
them.
out their people.
we could send it
No.
to.
Yeah, we did
Catherine's
destroy all the
office.
boasters we know.
You have stumbled upon
Yeah,
2, I believe, and 1 you were told about.
Yeah.
If it won't get them all killed, then yeah, sure.
A riot about something that's unrelated. Not a riot. What's the word again?
protest.
Protest.
Protest about something completely unrelated nearby to cause a distraction. Peaceful protest sitting in the middle of the road.
Almost
Yeah.
like we have established with the hospital.
Yeah.
And
Is
then
the
you
hospital
can.
nearby?
People focused.
You can
It's-
protest away from the location. I'm
Uh,
going to
less
fuck up this
effective.
street because
can-
of the hospital.
for example, you can have them peacefully protest, block roads and stuff. When the explosion
Yeah.
happens, they can
Oh, yeah.
flee. And such.
I think, yeah, having them block a sort of key point in to the section, and
Yeah.
having them sort of go away after we knock down that tower
Yeah.
would be
Mm.
beneficial, because
They-
then it's hard for them to do anything.
They can also go out and get things for you. So it's very hard for you to alone go out and grab all these things. They can
Yeah.
also go out and collect things.
Yeah, I don't
as
want them to do
required.
anything illegal.
Hmm.
But I don't want to get any of them in trouble whatsoever, or else I'd be
Yeah.
a bad mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
These are
want my kids doing anything
decadent
illegal.
blood bags. These are not
Yeah.
doers. Whereas I might see if my thin bloods want to help out in some
Yeah.
way, shape, or form.
Ooh.
Like, hey, do you want to get
Iffy for
involved?
them.
Do you want to get involved? I'm not like die to the Second Inquisition. I'm like, would you like
the most that they'll do for you, considering if this goes badly,
Can
they're
they
the
get-
most likely to survive. They'll make you an alchemical potion, the one that causes a fog, a mist.
Yes.
So it's like a smoke bomb essentially, but a
Yeah.
chemical one.
Cool.
So I have 10 thin bloods. How many of these can you make?
You can have one really potent one that covers a large area, or you can have 3 small ones.
Ooh,
Chris.
three things. Yeah, I think 3
Yeah.
small ones. Yeah.
Alrighty. Add
Um,
those to your inventory.
Go to my office. They're like the
We
one thing
also
I love-
need to
Oh no,
stock up
that's
on
in the
some.
city, not my office.
Mm.
But my city office, I just imagine it's like looks like a regular office, but then you go into like a back room and there's literally just like keg stands and like chemistry
Yeah,
sets.
Breaking Bad in the background.
Yeah.
Um,
Whatever works.
We need to procure a lot of blood, I would say, so none of us lose our mind, and also there's a
My
lot of us. to
herd
do
can help with
things.
that.
Off-site feeding locations.
Yeah, I might actually do that.
Could you
Yeah.
Collect a whole
bag
bunch.
some of them?
Yeah,
Oh,
Definitely.
true.
Because if
Get
we
them
have
to
like
bag
have something we
blood.
can
yeah.
have a whole blood bank
It
in
won't
your basement.
it won't help me, but it will
No.
help you two.
Yeah.
and
Um,
anyone
yeah.
else. Well, I don't want you to feed anyone else, but I'm just saying. Like
No.
Yeah.
Those among whoever's helping that can feed off bag blood, I could probably get, if every one of them filled a bag of their blood, I could get like 45 to 50 blood bags.
Jeez Louise, okay.
Be very wary doing that, as you do not want to disrupt the circulatory system.
I'm not going to
Sell them, I
sell
know,
them.
but
Oh,
She-
talking about that, we should also
Yes.
get Bronwyn involved. Like, you don't have
Yes.
to do all of that. Bronwyn is willing to help us with stuff. We should get her to also.
I'm
hold
not
off
trying to
on
take
that.
her business
No,
away
no,
from
no,
her.
I'm
This
saying-
is just
Understood.
for one night.
Yeah.
Yes. But she knows that you can conjure that much blood in a short period of time. She may just try to buy in.
Well, she's not allowed to, so
Fair,
she can
fair
try.
enough. All right. In that case, with this plan done, meetings organized, we should head to the Succubus Club.
Yes, we should head to the Camarilla. Your guy looks at the ghouls. Should they wait here?
Wherever
Are they coming
want
with us?
to wait. They shouldn't come to the
I
succubus.
don't
Club
think
with
they should
us.
come with
No.
us.
If you feel more comfortable waiting here, then wait
Yes.
here. If you feel more comfortable going back
There's-
home to work about your lives, do that.
You're welcome to stay. We have the space.
There's book.
V.
Mhm.
Earlier, I asked you to make a wits technology
Yes.
roll. How did you go with that? Do
I
you
got
remember?
3 successes on that.
Three
Yeah, I remember.
successes. Okay.
Oh God.
Same.
You beat them. So as you come back after a while to be like, I've got to print some of this stuff off, or I've got to check something. You see the car where you stored the wolf. It is jumping. It is bumping.
La 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 la.
Something's bashing its way out from the inside of the boot.
I'm gonna run downstairs real quick. Like she'll run out
Yeah.
of the door and go like, I'm
Mm.
going downstairs. There's the car, and then just runs.
Oh God,
You love that.
Irene.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'll stay with the Squishy Gang. Can stay together.
The squishy gang.
Squishy gang.
Come on, Squishy Gang.
You run downstairs. You see the car is jumping up from the force that it is happening, and the inside's being
Jesus
bent, but it
Christ.
isn't. It isn't actually. You hear the growling and snarling from inside the boot, but you can't see. You can't see any like claw marks or damage
Okay.
or what's happening going on. You can only see bending and denting.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the boot
Mm.
while I wait for them to help. Like,
You manage to hold it down so it doesn't jump around as much.
stop fucking moving.
She was staying.
You just hear a snarl from inside.
She got rid of the steak last time as well.
Yeah.
Really low, like high generation, whatever. That's
Well, high potency.
3. Hmm.
Yeah, she has 3 potency.
Would you like me to answer your question out of character?
Please.
Protean 5, the unfettered heart.
Ugh.
Right.
You
Protean
can actually pop
Lame.
Yeah. Oh
a
fuck.
stake
She's old.
out of your
like,
chest,
yeah.
and it's
She's
harder
got-
for you to be staked
God damn it.
because the
Good
heart
lady.
moves around the body.
Mm-hmm.
Lord
Mhm, mhm,
above.
mhm.
What do we do?
Maybe we have part of the Camarilla meet us here, or actually,
That's what I was thinking.
Not in my haven, thanks.
okay, we meet in a park or some shit. The car park next to the Succubus Club. We've done shit there before. That's where we had Walter Nash.
Can we rely on the boot to stay closed all the way to the succubus?
I'm gonna
Club?
sit on the. Oh, not all the way to the Succubus Club. I'm not gonna sit on the car. That would be suspicious as fuck.
Indeed.
Do we have chains or anything?
All,
We would have chains for the
Might be
tires 'cause it's
more
Chicago.
suspicious if you chain the boot of your car down.
all,
But if someone's sitting,
Ah,
call Damien and see if he
Call
can
them.
get Damien and the prince over here, because the prince knows where everyone lives. Damien is the sheriff. I would only want big official people coming to my haven. I don't want people
Okay.
knowing I live here.
Cool. Sure, I'll call Damien.
give the prince over. Let's go. Prince
Yeah.
party.
Prince
To save time, if you want to have them both over, as
Mhm.
long as the prince can bring his ghouls, they will absolutely come over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, great. They arrive in a large limousine. These huge, heavily armed guards, wearing dark face masks and having guns at their sides at all times. 2 of them step out, observe you all very closely, and
I
Damien.
whisper to Penelope, just don't look anyone in the eye.
They're down here with us? I thought they'd stay upstairs.
No, they're up there, but like before, if I do come down, I
Okay.
say, Penelope, please don't look anyone in the eye. And we'll come down.
I'm still sitting on the boot. I've
You're
moved.
not inviting the prince into your home.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like the cars are downstairs.
Yeah.
And like my office is upstairs.
Yes.
We'll invite him
So-
in the front fucking door.
Yes, yeah, at first.
Yeah.
But ultimately we need to get Olaf out the car.
Like, we're not going, hey, join us in the library.
Yeah. So I come
'Cause we've got
downstairs
business.
into the foyer to the front door to let him in.
Yep. He steps
I'll
inside.
still be in with
Damien,
the
his
ghouls.
2 ghouls behind him at all times.
Welcome.
2 actually stay. 2 follow him. 2 stay outside at all
Got
times.
him.
And he nods to each of you. A wonderful
Ooh.
home you have here.
Why, thank you very much.
Thanks
Um,
to you.
We have a situation.
When do you not?
Very much so. Apparently for a month. We have one of the leaders of the Second Inquisition currently in our custody, and it's too dangerous to bring her to the Succubus Club. So thank you very much for coming here.
Right. Damien, would you take care of this, please? Damien nods. All right. Where are they? Cracks
Just
his knuckles.
Yeah, I'm still.
I'll
sticking with-
take him down to the car.
I am going to take Prince Jackson into the trophy room and say I have something very bad to tell you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ghouls follow him.
Yep.
Into the room.
You might want to sit down for this, actually.
I'll stand.
Okay.
Thank you. Turns
The
and faces
figure,
out the window.
the figure known as One-Eyed King, the leader of a bunch of drug circles, was also the reason that the Anarch and Camarilla.
I
Well-
will. You know, the Prince Jackson is child of
Yes.
Loden.
mhm.
Yeah.
You know he's also recently been dominated by him as well. Are you
Mhm.
sure you want to do this?
Don't know what will happen.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think he would, just because like information's so important and he's always been
Just-
up. What?
Out of character, just a reminder that when you were dominated by a very powerful person, they did tell you to kill all
Do
of the
bad
Shamir
things.
if you were told.
Yeah.
If
If you
I-
told anyone.
If you told someone about it. Yeah, just saying, but there might be a failsafe in there that
Oh.
Yeah, there could be a
I'll make
submerge
you-
directive in there. Like if anybody
like-
tells you about this, then you will like try to kill them or something
Oh,
like
and
that.
you are
I
the squishy one
see.
by yourself.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like he's just not going to hear it. And I'm like,
Ventrue as well.
mhm.
Powerful. right?
I think. Oh fuck. Okay. In that case, I'm going to do the Helena thing
Yeah.
and allude to it.
Okay.
It's risky, but it's kind of just like
Hey,
a.
you've got the law sheet ability. You've got the
Oh,
Tremere. You can do that thing of like, will this fuck me up if I do it? That law sheet.
Yeah, I don't
ability.
think we're really going to use each other's ability much. So yeah, I'll use the tally
Tally
first dot
thing.
law sheet. Is it going to kill me?
Yes.
To tell him. Okay.
Okay.
You will die in this room if you tell him.
Okay.
That's what I was
Joseph will
worried
die. Yes. It's a
Um,
terrible idea.
But the One-Eyed King thing I can still mention, but not say Loden. Right?
I can't.
that's
I
cheating,
can't
bro.
tell you the
No, no.
exact circumstances or trigger
No,
words.
not the
things
exact like.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a
Yeah.
reason I stopped you and asked you, is this what
Yeah.
you want to do? This is the GM being like, are you sure you want to do that?
Oh,
I know you really wanna
honesty in
tell
my
him.
body is just like.
Look, I know you really want to tell him, but I'm telling you it's a terrible idea.
I think that
terrible
that,
too.
that bookkeep of Tally is.
Yeah,
just-
Tally's like laugh almost echoes around
Yeah.
you, and you're like,
Fickle.
gotta
That
keep secrets
look-
like
that
Tally
knowing
does.
look he always gives in the corner of the room when I say shit that I shouldn't have. See that in the back of my mind. And I think he goes, yeah, there's a leader that we handled, and I've been gone for a month. I hope I haven't missed out on any of my duties.
No, we've had people replacing others and such. It's not uncommon for Kindred to go missing for long periods of time.
Yes.
You need not worry, your position was briefly filled, but now that you're back, you can take your rightful place.
Yes, I'll make sure that it's filled adequately for the quality it deserves.
Quite. Was that all?
I have a plan in place that I would like you to see as well. If you'd like to follow me, and I'll take him, show him the plan, and really like walk him through it while you guys do that.
Okay. Irene and B, you lead Damien down to see this car trunk that is still bent. It's more bent now than it was before. Large animal in there trying to break its way out, clearly. Damien sort of raises an eyebrow, looks at you, V, and gives like I am not surprised in the slightest that this is even here at this point. Look,
Yeah.
and turns to Irene and says, is there a reason that they're still alive?
They're a kindred.
Ah,
They turn themselves. It's real
Um,
fucked.
And they can circumnavigate the process of staking.
Yeah,
I've
they're a
seen
very powerful
someone
gang group.
do that at some point.
Yes. We staked them earlier tonight, but very
Hence the-
fleetingly. Yeah.
Right.
Hence why we couldn't drive to you.
Well,
And the
technically speaking, this doesn't break. Technically speaking, it does break our rules as they've been
As the leader of
cited.
the Second Inquisition,
and they side themselves, so technically they are both the perpetrator.
I did
and-
sire
This is just a weird fringe case that I've never seen before, let's be honest. I've never heard of someone siring themselves.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know if it's
very
in the
weird.
books per se.
We're all very confused. But
Welcome
I think
to our general existence.
I will pass judgment and say the prince would be happy if they were sentenced to final death here and here.
Cool. Before they're sentenced for final death, would it be possible to get them into a state where they can talk prior? Because as a leader of the Second Inquisition, the information they could have could be instrumental in our survival, in us getting rid of Blacksite.
They can't be staked. Unless we have Khadijah have a look at them, maybe. I mean, it's
Doesn't have
possible.
blood sorcery. What do you mean?
It's possible. It's difficult, but it's possible.
They'd have to be restrained.
Yeah,
It's a task, but
it's
it could potentially be rewarding. Very slight potential of great reward.
yes.
Suppose it's worth a try then.
Well, considering they were top, like head dog, someone that we had found symbols for and information about at every other
Yeah.
site as being an insanely important power player within the Second Inquisition, possibly the leader of Blacksite.
All right. But if anything goes wrong, it was your idea.
100% okay.
And it was too. So
It is, yeah.
Open the trunk.
Okay.
I'll get ready to grab her.
Yeah, I will open the trunk.
You click open the trunk. A wolf leaps out straight between you both. Damien grabs their left shoulder and their head and splits them open in half and just rips them and turns them to the side with his bare hands.
Great.
Wow.
Even behavior.
You didn't tell me it was a fucking whatever. Ugh. He's got blood covering his entire
Yeah.
shirt.
Would you like a spare?
Yeah, if you got a spare, that'd be great.
Cool.
Son of a bitch.
Get your best baby chorus shirt.
I was gonna say, is that rude to give him a baby chorus shirt?
He's
The
seen
shirt with
often
his
with a baby
face
chorus
on it.
shirt. The
Okay, I
casual
just meant, like,
black
if
with
I
just a
gave him
white
one, it would
baby
be-
chorus
His
on it. is sort of his
character
style.
avatar picture is him wearing
Yeah,
a baby
he wears
chorus
a baby
shirt.
chorus
It is.
I'll get him a baby chorus shirt from upstairs and come back down.
The wolf shifts back into their original form.
Oh,
He hoists them up, puts them over his shoulder, dumps them into the limo of Prince Jackson's limo,
Yeah.
closes
that's
it.
one way of dealing with it.
There's a reason I survived the war.
And it's this man right
It's
here.
that man saved my life so many times.
Yeah, and he comes back, changes his shirts over. Thanks. I'll clean that when I get back.
Yeah.
Stands there awkwardly between the two of you.
How's it
Backs
been?
away slowly.
Just of tenebrous form.
It's
I
just
picked up
mending to the
Obfuscate 1
shadow.
just for this.
Yeah, exactly.
How have things been? We were out of commission for a month. We fought
Hmm.
some guy a gang of really, really tough kindred.
Yeah. It's been fine, but I mean, there's always bigger kindred out there than you,
Seems
as
that way, yeah.
I've learned. Yeah, things have been fine. Bit busy with things, always catching fugitives and stuff, and
Masquerade breaches.
yeah. You can see that he's actually surprisingly injured more than you've ever seen him before. He's got scratches and bruises across his body. Some bones are slightly out of place, and yet he was still able to do that without any issues whatsoever. Yeah, busy month. Very busy.
Damn.
Always is, I guess.
Mhm.
You didn't have any more baby chorus shows that I've missed?
No, not over the last month. We're taking a hiatus for a little bit.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, a couple of. I don't need to get into it. I don't really want to talk about that stuff right now. You don't have any blood, do you?
Uh,
No.
not
Not
on
here.
us. In us, yes, but that's a different story.
No, thank you.
I was joking. But
Nice
yes.
to offer, but yeah, I'll get some myself.
Yeah. We should probably wait until the prince and Joseph finished.
Yeah,
talking.
we'll
Yes.
wait.
Yeah, it's easier if we discuss these things as a group, I think.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Joseph, you'd like to say to the prince? You show him these plans.
Yeah, I just try to use as much persuasion and shit as possible to get him confident in it. He's already confident in me. I just need him confident in my plan, just enough that he's like, this isn't a huge mistake. And then bring him back.
It is a huge mistake.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, you dumb.
Prince Jackson is solemn. He is neutral face the entire time. He nods. He understands. You explain everything to him. He says, officially, I condemn this action and every action henceforth.
Mhm.
I just wanted to make that very clear. Everyone in the room officially knows that I'm against this. Off the books, Joseph, whatever you require, I will make sure it turns up at your home. You have some of my ghouls. That is it.
More than enough. Generous. Thank you very much.
If you ask in front of me or anyone else, I will have to publicly condemn this.
Oh, of course.
This goes. Personally, I believe it's a bad idea, but if this is what you want to do, and in the slim chance that you succeed, my unofficial support, money and bodies.
Thank you very much.
He nods.
Mhm.
You make your way back down.
Yeah.
And meet up with everybody else. Prince Jackson has a smile across his face as he sees Damien's chain shirt. He has a bloody shirt on his side. Business as usual, Damien. Damien sort of gives him a slight smile and looks away, shrugs a bit. Is that all you wanted to talk to us about?
I think so.
I believe so, yeah. Yeah,
looks
I
at
believe
Joseph,
that's everything.
yeah.
Thank you for coming
Yes.
and
much
helping us deal with
appreciated.
this.
It's about time you invited me to your home, and I could
Yes.
bask in your hospitality.
Of course.
Perhaps next time we will have drinks and Elysium here instead.
That would be
very
great.
much. I'll speak to Annabelle about that.
Lovely. I'm sure she would love to speak about that. Come, Damien, we have a party to attend to. Damien sort of nods, gives a big sigh, gives you a look, V, of like, work, am I right?
Yeah.
Makes his way out. Thanks you all. Closes the door behind himself, and they leave in the limousine.
Publicly condemns the plan. Off
Uh-huh.
the books will support with bodies and money.
That's all we
Good.
really
That's all we needed.
Yeah.
goals, I assume.
Yes, his ghouls in particular.
Well, they seem well
They're
trained.
well armed and well trained.
Indeed.
Good. That would be useful. Who else in the Camarilla have we got on? We've got Khadijah on side. We've got
Eric
Gabriella
Fern.
working from the back. Eric,
Yes.
okay.
We also have Vasco working from behind.
Vasco, yes.
Bronwyn and Naomi Stewart said that they would help us with stuff, but we haven't asked them specifically.
Yes.
You guys have talked a lot about getting hackers to work on things. I will remind you, Irene, you actually have a small bunny rabbit, a stuffed bunny rabbit. That
Yeah,
is
with the
inherited by a
ghost.
host spirit.
That's
Oh,
right.
right.
Yeah. So we don't really need
Vasco
hackers.
gave us a lovely present.
A ghost
Well-
in the machine, it's called. Yeah,
Mm,
Yeah.
I believe it's called that.
Love it.
You
Yeah.
have that, by the way.
Mhm. Ghost bunny
Um,
rabbit.
yeah.
That's my secret weapon. If
It's
anything.
not a ghost
Don't-
bunny. I need to be very clear. It's not a ghost bunny. rabbit. Yeah, there's a human soul.
I don't quite
Bus?
think we're going to get the support of the Toreador.
No.
Nah, not their thing.
I don't quite think that Cridia is informed to fight.
Hmm.
We haven't quite invited Rosa, and I don't think being the only gangrel, she would do that.
Well, potentially she's not the only gangrel, but yeah, she's the only gangrel in the Camarilla.
Yes, correct.
Are the Hounds and Damien our side for this, or are they doing other stuff? Have we talked to them?
I don't think the prince will want to spare the sheriff and the hounds of the Camarilla in this.
Hmm.
If you
Given
had
the
that
fact.
brief discussion with Damien, he would be like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah.
That is asking. The fact that you would
Him
even
to
suggest would be like, it's kind of treasonous in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, don't guard the prince anymore, you know?
That's right.
Hmm.
Kill yourself instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not a good
Yeah.
conversation.
Not a good look
Yeah.
for you guys,
Nah.
basically.
No. Yeah.
The
No
temptation to just be like,
No
okay,
Hounds, okay.
son, just be possessed by the demon and destroy them all. But she is usually at risk about
Quirky.
when she comes out of her possession. That I
Oh, Sunshi, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the only
Uh.
person who might willingly come along of their own volition is the Malkavian hound,
Alexa Santos.
Alexis.
She's a hound though, so she probably won't show
yeah.
up.
Still not a good look.
She's not
Yeah.
coming. She
But
doesn't
also-
like any of you.
You're a hound,
Indeed.
so why does that make you different?
Because I'm part of this group. And I've
Well,
helped
technically
come up
we're
with it.
not, but yeah.
Not a group.
And you're a La Sombra, who is
Indeed.
less.
I'm not as
Ooh.
important as Gabriella,
Oh.
Alexa,
yeah.
Damien, any of
Weird.
these people.
Yeah.
If I am lost during all of this, it's of no great consequence to the
Mm.
Camarilla. I'm aware of my position.
We could
Um,
discuss it with other Nosferatu, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Clan
yeah,
focused.
they would come in for information, if anything, not quite to fight.
Mm. Which they could probably get afterwards if we don't blow the place up.
Yeah,
We've got Telly who can give us
Got Telly, good.
arms, weapons, things like that.
and we'll
Any
have the
contact with
people
him.
that we have gathered, and whatever anarchs do choose to come along, I'm sure that they'll.
Yeah.
Indeed. And we don't have to be as secretive about
Yes.
keeping them apart now that we're not working with that
A lot
kind
of Camarilla.
The fact that the Camarilla have condemned this action will actually help with the
Publicly.
meetings we're
Mm.
about to have.
That's right. It'll become easier to do the operation freely because they are publicly
Yes.
Mm.
not okay with it.
All right, let's go to these meetings.
Yep. Let's meet with the Hurricane.
Yes.
Hey.
First on the list.
I'm going to probably get Penelope on her own in my office just to be like, how do you feel? How was that? That was a lot.
she, in between all of these meetings and things, when people started showing up with guns and stuff like that, she popped to the side. She took a glass of water. She took some pills. Took them.
Yeah.
You noticed that she had shakes
Yeah.
while that sort of was going on, as people just kept coming and going. Lots of things were happening. But when she took the pills, after some time, she's calmed down.
Yeah.
She simply says, "It was a bit worrying. There was a lot going on, but interesting."
Very much. There's now a choice before you. Much like the first time we met, there can be, as you said before, coffee can be had. But it has to be of your own volition. You have to make this choice, and I cannot make it for you.
I would always regret not listening to my inner philosopher, my inner researcher, if I were to not study the effects of this and find out what it means, what exactly you are.
So that is a yes.
I couldn't say no.
You can.
That is me saying yes.
Okay. I want to be very clear as this is a serious decision. All right. In that case, this should also calm you down somewhat. He'll get a cup and he will probably a large cup to fill it with like 2 rouse checks worth of blood, because he's like, my blood is water. It is
Weak blood.
miso soup. Drink up. I'll do my rouse. Both successful. He'll hand it to her.
She probably takes it, thanks you, doesn't drink it, goes into the kitchen, takes like
Yeah.
a large like soup there's like soup containers that
Thermos?
keeps it. Yeah, thermos. A large one of those with the lid, and she mixes it with. You probably have no food. It's just coffee and tea. Their
I
food is
keep
probably-
food because Joseph eats food. It's
then
one of the
brewed it
things.
up.
One of the things he's always done is had just enough snacks, enough stuff that if a human visits, they have things. It's the one thing that he's always done.
She'll probably, with your
Not a lot.
permission, steal like a nice soup or something and like mix it all together in the thermos, heat it up, and she slowly sips on
Yeah.
little cups that she pours herself as she goes. A hot beverage for a cold night.
Mm.
Mm.
And that would be fascinating because she, like, as she sips through it, like her fangs like coming in, because she has like the 2 things where she gets like weird fangs, but she also gives off the aura of someone who's already been turned.
Mm.
Like she, yeah.
Which is, yep.
The next time you see her, she's just like, that's just a vampire.
That's
Wait, you did it already?
yeah, Catherine
Has that.
has that as well.
Yeah.
Actually.
Mm.
The unseemly aura.
Yeah, that's it.
You've probably noticed the effects, how it actually makes people reject them and avoid them, and can ruin some social relationships. You'll gain a
funny.
stain, as promised earlier, during the process.
Got it.
And
And I'll just give her time to be like, you can stay here, please. I have a lot of books. Please read. Look, we're heading out. Come and go as you please.
yeah, she's like, I probably have to get back. I have classes in the morning.
Of course, yes.
I'll catch a bus back. I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
She's clearly a fellow Chicagoan as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And makes her way out. You guys make your way to this meeting place. We're skipping time.
Yeah, that's fine.
You'll arrive at this place. Hot burger and shake sitting in front of Hurricane, untouched. As expected, you meet him there. I imagine you go over the plan with him.
Yeah, plan out, just very business, like this
Yeah.
is the plan that's occurring. Camarilla don't want us to do it, but we're going to do it, so we need help.
Yeah, and ask who would be willing to help
Yeah.
us.
Get the word out. You're our mouthpiece. Can you handle convincing?
Yeah. Also, if you
Says-
see Duncan, thank us for him. I don't think he'll see us soon, but hey.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah, absolutely. I'll pass on to him as soon as I can.
Thanks.
I will try my best to convince people.
Mhm.
I don't know if many people will come through, but I will do my best.
It's
That's all
understandable.
one can do.
Yeah, we hit that other place. We learnt some stuff. We took down a leader of them who is currently gathering information. We
have a good track record.
yeah, we're good for this.
I'll approach them. Probably not that it's from you guys, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
We don't need our name on it. We just need them gone.
Yeah, I'll say there'll be some violence and
Yeah.
skulls to bash in, etc.
Mhm.
Yep.
Perfect.
You meet with him. He will do his best. I'll make a roll for him next session. See what he does. Then
Move over to like a bar up the street and repeat. Hi, Tim. We're going to fuck up the second Inquisition. Here's our plan. If your people are involved, Camarilla doesn't want to do it.
charisma,
Yeah.
persuasion. It's going to be a difficulty 7.
Got it. I
Add
have
a
good
dot.
charisma.
Add a
Add a
dot.
dot.
All right, here we go, folks.
Difficulty 7.
Charisma.
Asking a lot of this small group of
Persuasion.
snarks.
Yeah.
And then I get the dot from both of you, right?
And once we get this roll, we'll wrap up our session.
First roll without any rouses. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to rouse my blood.
Yep.
Fail rouse.
Consider 7 is all of them. You might still get a couple of people if you still get below 7.
Yeah.
So you
so
don't
that's-
fail and get none of them.
Yeah. 6 with a rouse. So I'm going to use a willpower to.
You want all of them? Okay.
Oh, yeah. More the better.
Yeah.
That's only 1. 10. But that brings it up to 5.
Just need
That's
7.
actually, yeah, I got 7.
Perfect.
I was like,
You hit 7. They're like, look, you did us a solid. We'll do you a solid, but we're not going to do. Once it gets dicey, we're out. Okay.
absolutely. As
We're not
are
asking
we.
you to kill yourselves, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just asking you to give us a fatal blow.
Perfect. They're on board. Hurricane's going to try and get some more people on board. You have some money and things.
Yes.
So we're doing some interesting roles next session. But this
Yeah.
point is where we're going to end our current session.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a lot of roles next session, which will be
Ooh,
really
yeah.
interesting. It's not
I like
going.
that.
It's not going to be a straight up combat. It's going to be something that I've
Yeah.
never introduced into this game yet, called a project,
Ooh.
which is in the rules book as well. We'll check that, and I will discuss things after the game. But for
Yeah.
now,
I've never seen it done either.
no,
Mm,
it's quite interesting actually.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's in the rule book. It's quite interesting.
Excited.
I should have involved them a lot earlier, but whatever.
So-
Great.
So many rules.
Yeah, let's reintroduce this wonderful coterie and tell us where we can find you throughout the week, what you're up to, what you're doing, starting with Phoebe.
Hey, I'm Phoebe. I've been playing V, the not coterie. Coterie is Banu Hakim, and not Asaya. Fuck yes, I'm not the
Yay.
father.
Very nice.
I'm at Sherbrooke Waters on most social media. I stream usually Mondays and Tuesdays, but I'm only streaming Monday next week with my Murder Mystery Monday. And I do full other vampire stuff with Beck and other people, and there are stuff's happening.
Indeed. We I'm Beck. I've been playing Irene, the Lasombra of the group. Yeah, like Phoebe said, I run a Vampire V5 Dark Ages game. It'll be moving, I think, to Friday mornings, starting next week. So get excited for that. Aside from that, I will be streaming some video games again occasionally on the weekends, I think, and getting back into that sort of stuff. And I have a game that I planned with Ethan. Jack's going to be in it, and a couple of other awesome people that's sort of set around the Reign of Terror and the French Revolution. We are getting to pre-recording that, and it'll come out later on down the track. So get excited.
Gonna be hype. I'm Jack. I've been playing Joseph Martinez, House Kana, Tremere Primogen, Princess Warlock, Seneschal of Thinbloods, and Expectant Sire, and like Commander-in-Chief to the destruction of the Second Inquisition.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
at Dr. Radiance on things, and yeah, if you find me, fuck.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm Ethan, the storyteller of these wonderful people. Follow them on all social media. Invite them to your games because you'd be stupid not to. And we have so much more fun stuff with this group as well coming up. We've got some D&D stuff planned, more games,
Yes.
more fun. Also, these lovely people stream on Twitch as well. Please follow them and just enjoy their wonderful company. And please, if you all actually want to throw up your Twitters and your Twitches in chat, please do so. Because you're all mods, I believe you can put them up anyway. Or do
think
shit.
it
I'll do some shout outs.
I did my at.
Yeah.
You can find me at my at.
Yeah. I can shout you out at
You can corner me in a small room and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I will be the blue serpent in the corner being like,
And the link to
Dr.
my my socials is on my Discord.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not my Twitch like homepage anyway. So
That should work.
good luck, fam. Good luck.
You can follow those links to these lovely, lovely people. Yeah, more fun things planned. Definitely stay tuned for the game that Beck and I have been working on. It's going to be like super cool. It's going to be super fun.
Do you want to see me not play a nice person?
Everybody wants to see that. Yeah, catch us next week for, well, if we play next week, because sometimes, things happen and things go on, and then I forget to announce that we're not having a session. For our finale of
Holy
Chicago by Night.
motherfuck.
Yeah.
The project, a bunch of roles, and
Yeah.
it might not actually be that long, so we might actually do the epilogue that week
Ooh.
as well. 2 hours of our finale and 2 hours of our epilogue. Who knows what'll happen?
Goodness.
Stick around for that, and thanks for being with us for this journey as well. It's been fantastic. We will see you next week for more Chicago by Night. See you all later.
Bye.